lose my head if it weren't on my own shoulders.
Good evening, peeps. How you doing? It's Saturday night, slightly later time this evening, so hopefully it's a better time for you guys. Quite a lot of people in the chat already. Apologies if I riffed and burp in that. I've just scoffed 2 hot dogs quicker than, yeah. With me this evening is Cobblamy Galva himself. It's Colin Wilkinson of Festa 67's Workshop.
Hello, peeps. All right.
You've probably noticed a new name in the chat, Model Maker Dave's Workshop. Yeah, it's actually Davey UK, and he's just put his first video up today. Hiya, Davey.
Hello everybody. Hope everybody's fine.
Well, there you go. So Davey's got a wee spanner on the day. So if you're used to seeing Davey UK in the chat, it's now Model Maker Dave's Workshop.
Yeah, Davey UK, sadly, he's been retired. Poor old bugger.
Yeah, but see, Model Maker Dave's is quite a good one, especially if you've had a few drinks in you and you're like, So, let's see who's joined us in the chat this Saturday evening. Who have we got on? First in was Ray from Malta. How you doing, Ray?
Hello, guys. All right.
Actually, the way I said that sounded like a power plant. Doing Ray. Never mind. I'll get the quote. Fraser Green's in. Good evening, Fraser. Bobbington's in. He's going
Bob.
Greetings, fellows. Muse is in, giving it, yay, something to do before work. Yeah, work.
Hello, Muse.
Muse says she swears she's going to take a hammer to this printer and use what's left to build something else. Would that be a 3D printer or a... Yeah.
Well, so long as she videos it, then we can all watch and laugh at the same time.
Yeah. Mark's in, Sprue Surgeon. He's in. Evening, Mark.
You all right, mate?
Jared's in, all the way across there in America. Aye, Jared's in. Hiya. Yeah, and Mickle Pickle's in. Oh, good, we've got quite a lot in. Oh, they're all coming out.
Hello, Mickle. Rat Pat 30's in as well. Beyond in there.
Beyond, yeah. Everybody's coming out to woodwork. So, yeah, how's everyone doing? What have they been up to this weekend? It's Saturday. We thought it was actually Friday for some
reason. I was sitting there convinced it was Friday.
Yeah.
Nah, you're about 24 hours behind the rest of us, mate.
I know.
So somebody pulled his battery out for... Somebody pulled Colin's battery out for a reset and he just went... Oh, I've lost a day. That's nice everybody said. Sorry, Colin, you go.
That's all right, mate. I still don't know what happened to Friday, mate. I can't remember fuck all about it.
It's just... The whole week's been quite quick, actually.
Yeah, a few odd days, isn't it?
Yeah, we did a couple of impromptus, didn't we? The Insomnias, I think.
Yeah, we did actually. Yeah, because I was poorly afterward. The first one, wasn't I? Was it the second one? I don't know.
Yeah, can't remember that.
Common Road Junctions just popped up in the chat. Hi there. How are you, mate?
Matey. Yeah. This 9 o'clock thing seems to be working, Cole, because we're straight in around about 25 years already. So.
Oh, happy days. How are you finding the new time, by the way, peeps? Does it give you a chance to have a bite to eat and a bit of time with the family, get back from your Saturday shopping and all of that? Like, is it better for you guys?
Yeah, it was Colin's suggestion. He thought it would be a better time because we were probably too early on at night, and I think it's a better...
Well, yeah, we did the earlies because... previous members liked to get tucked up early, didn't they? So.
Yeah. It's a more reasonable time of the evening. You can have your tea. As you say, if you've been away out shopping with the wife or whatever, and she's dragged you around every single store and then went back to the first one and bought the pair of shoes you've seen originally. I
mean, I'm not sat here eating me dinner on a Saturday night for a start. So
you're not going to rush it.
Paul Shaplin's in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How you doing, Paul? I bet you, I wonder if his wife Sue will come in as well.
Oh, you never know.
Expat's in. Did we say Expat? Yeah. Hey, Expat.
Yeah.
Spruce going, how's that? 132. Oh, they're just chatting to themselves. They've been chatting to each other that much in the chat that they're having their own conversation going on. So yeah, we're all doing good. So we've got a new YouTuber in our midst, guys. Yeah. You want to type back in the chat again, Davey? just so they can click on you.
Oh, hang on. What?
Get David to type some nonsense in the chat. So if at some point when you get a few wee 5 minutes when you're at your bench, you click on the wee 3 dots on the right hand of David's name when it pops up. Go and have a look at his channel. He's just done his virginity thing. He's busted his bubble. He's put his first YouTube video up. So
Junction saying still needs to do smoke on the dio he's doing. Should you do it with an airbrush? Well, what's the actual dio you're doing, mate? Could you remind us?
I think there's like a Sherman with a blown outside with an LED in it, and he's got like cotton wool wisps coming, but it's just cotton wool at the moment, Cole.
Oh, right.
I think he's got it on the dungeon. I think he put...
Yeah, I would really turn the airbrush right down and lightly mist it myself. But
there you go, Terry. All typed up.
Cheers, mate.
If you try to brush paint it, I think the cotton wool will absorb most of the paint because it will be heavily on the brush, won't it?
Mm.
Surgeon says he's watched your first YouTube video, by the way, Davey. Great work. So then there you go. First compliment of the night, mate.
Woohoo!
So yeah, if you Model Maker Dave's WhatsApp, so that's Davey UK. If you go to the wee 3 dots to the right, if you get a free minute, go and just click and subscribe and just let them know that you've seen it. It'd be really cool.
I was going to say, we've subscribed, didn't we? Because nothing would be more embarrassing than if we haven't. We did, didn't we?
We did, yeah. We were the first 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever on there, aye.
Just imagine that, couldn't you?
New name in tonight, Grant5760. Hi, everyone. Hope you're well. How you doing, Grant?
Hello, Grant. All right.
Welcome to the gang.
Oh, and we've got another name change. We've got Build Rat Models, which is Mike Hornsey. How you doing?
Jared B says he's just subbed to you as well, mate. All right.
Cheers, mate. Thanks to everyone that's subbed to me so far. Most kind of you.
Your YouTube will go daft tonight if we get everybody subbing. So if every now and again you just type into the chat, we'll get...
Well, there was 14 people that had subscribed before the show had started, so...
Oh, good stuff.
There you go, mate. You're in double figures. That's a start, mate.
Oh, yeah.
If we could try and get them...
Well, chuffed. I've got 2 more videos to go up, but I'm going to try and do a bit of an intro first. Somehow. I don't know yet how I'm going to do it.
It's burst your bubble, Dave, and Colin and I will both help you get something sorted out.
Yeah.
It's just getting on there and having a presence, and at least you've got one video so people could go, he makes models, and they've seen what stuff you do. So
yeah, I think I'm going to post the other 2 as they are, and then do something new on the 4th one.
Yeah. You get a bug for it though, don't you?
Yeah, I kind of got into a flow this afternoon, well, this morning when I was doing it. The first one took a little while to get over the fact of talking to yourself and just...
I thought you did that anyway.
Rattling on. But the 4th record was the one that I was happy with. And then the other 2 were just straight through first takes. So I'm starting to get used to this, so I'm going to start rattling them off soon.
Yeah, good stuff. As I say, Colin will keep you right with a load of stuff. You're quite artistic with your stuff, Colin. I just like put a start and finish on. Rawr.
Yeah. Spro Surgeon said he'll give you a shout out on his Wednesday show as well. And if he can help you in any way, then just give him a shout. Frankie goes to Bobby Woods in. Hello, Frankie. How you doing, mate?
Hey, Frankie. Yeah, so obviously we've only got like 28 viewers in here, but obviously you might have friends that are model makers as well. So spread the word and try and get Davey to his 100 subs, because the 100 sub thing, if you're not a YouTuber and you don't know, when you first start up, you get like your YouTube name and then XYZF123 as your link. Once you get to 100, he can actually have his link as youtube.com/Model Maker Dave's WhatsApp. So if we can get him to 100, guys, spread the word, get the subs up, get him to 100 tonight on the live show. Right, that's me out advertising.
Cheers, Terry.
Yeah, don't give up the J job, Terry. You've just lost him 3 subs.
Oh, that's hard.
Common Road Junction says you're on 90.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll get there, mate. It's quite a hard thing actually, because I'm really for promote, and yeah, I'll keep banging Colin on the head and say promote. It's quite a hard thing because It's a bit like Davey saying that you're sitting there at the desk, you know, and you're talking to yourself, which I do anyway, so that's nothing new. But you're sitting and talking to yourself, and you've got to try and imagine there's a friend there, and then you've got to try and promote what you're doing so that people actually watch what you're doing, and that, a lot of people find that a bit uncomfortable and a bit weird.
Not quite sure what the neighbours thought because I had my window open, so they're probably thinking, who the hell's he talking to, the mad bugger?
Yeah, I've already got Fraser as well. There is a section that I've got pinned to the top of the dungeon that Colin made. And the whole idea of that is if you're a YouTuber, post your link to your channel in there. And the idea is we cross-sub everybody that's in there, subs to each other. And it helps. You don't have to watch everybody's work. Just click the wee sub button and it just gives you more features on your channel and lets you do more, Cole?
Sub for sub, mate. Because some of us don't promote our channels and we get told off by a Scottish man that famously rivet counts us all.
No, I don't know who that is.
Don't know who that is, Davey. Do you, mate?
No, I haven't got a clue, mate.
Smiles innocently.
There is nothing innocently about you, mate.
Hey, I'll fucking Steven Spielberg there.
Yeah. So obviously, Common Road Junction's looking for subs, and so is Fraser Green. So yeah.
Shatland's just subbed.
Oh, actually got another sub, Davey. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about, you know, we all watch each other's channels. We all stick bits of plastic together, you know. And if we've got 26 viewers or 28 viewers sitting in the chat and they're YouTubers and they all clicked each other, that's you got 26 subs straight away. And it just helps you with features and stuff. So, Davey, why don't you I'm going to pick on you first. What have you been up to this week, mate? I'm just going to work on you so you're on the...
You're going to drop me straight in it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right. Well, in that case, let me get my turntable.
Is that for 33 and the thirds? Oh, all right, okay. Yeah.
Like sale of the century, isn't it? And this week on sale of the century.
I was going to say 48s myself.
48s? Oh, I thought you were old. Was it 70? 78s?
You used to have the old wax drums, didn't you, Terry?
Yeah. You hammer the pins in, it goes... Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, that's the one.
Right, David, sorry for interrupting, mate. What have you been up to?
Right, what have I been up to? I've started a 35th scale Tamiya motorcycle and sidecar. What I'm going to do with it, as in display-wise, no idea at the moment.
So suggestions on the back of a £5 note to davyuk@gmail.com.
All donations greatly received.
So you're trying to think of a dial idea for the
yeah, I don't know at the moment. I'm a little bit stuck as to what I want to do and how I want to do it. So I'm just going to build it and then probably park it on the back burner for a little while until I have a thunderbolt of inspiration, and then I'll go for it.
Is that one of those World War II German sort of dispatch riders that would run between the lines while the communiques and that? Is that?
Yes. Yeah. You can have this as like a scout vehicle, or you can have it as like you're carrying around a medic with you. So you're rushing from one post to another post with a medic to do what medics do.
Does it have a machine gun on the front of the sidecar?
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Yes. There it is. It's semi sort of painted. Let me hold it like this, because then you'll see it then.
See, I think that would be really kind of cool, because I like my motorbikes, and sitting in a sidecar shooting people with a machine gun would be great fun.
Yeah, so I've got somewhere, he says, I've got some photo etch machine gun ammunition on belts. So I'm thinking of putting a belt in there somehow, have it trailing
into the sidecar.
Over here, sort of in this direction, maybe with some scratch marks to make it look like it's been pulled through as it's been used.
And then a wee scratch built ammo tin or something to catch the. Aye.
I was going to leave it so that it just spilt him on the floor as he went whizzing along. But that's an idea.
I was just thinking of punctures. Anyway.
Yeah, got a point. You got a point.
Yeah. But what else is on your wee turntable there?
Right. as some of you know, I have been making bricks. I have been making lots of bricks, and I've now got them all stuck in place.
All right, yeah, rubble piles.
They still look way too new for bricks that have fallen down, tumbled down. So I'm going to go around with a little chisel or something, and I'm going to knock the corners off and dink them, dent them, and make them look a mess.
Weather them up and all dusty.
Yeah. And I've got some brick rubble or some rubble dust that I'm going to use to sprinkle all over it. So hopefully next time you see this, it will be a lot dirtier and filthier than it is now.
Filthy. We like filthy dirty. I actually like the way Londoners say rubble as well. It's a bit like when Colin goes, "You're having a bubble."
Rubble.
Wabble.
Rubble. On the front of the half track, I've made my own little tow cable out of some Cat 5 cable that I've twisted together and then painted and weathered up.
Scratch building, yeah.
So I'm looking for some figures to go in here as if they're sort of taking a rise out of each other as they're being transported along to wherever it is they're going. And I don't know if Germans were renowned for drinking their tea during the war, or was it coffee? So I might have to do some coffee cups or something.
I have no clue on that. What scale is that? 176?
This is 76 scale. This is one of the Matchbox kits that I've put together.
Right, okay.
And over on this side, this one is almost done. I've just got the hatch to put on somewhere. And then this one is finished.
So it's a tank and was it a broken down building or something?
Yeah, tank with a front of an old house or
all right, yeah,
shop or something. Not entirely sure. The commander figure in the top of the turret is an extra figure that I've put himself just to liven it up and give it a little bit more interest.
Cool. Commodore Junction's actually saying he's used that tank on a dial. So there you go.
Ah, well done.
But you'll be a busy wee man.
Yeah, and I've got some figures on the go.
Germans, is this?
So you got the rider figure for the motorbike, and these two guys will be walking behind or in front.
Nice, mate. I thought that was Smoo dancing, that rider figure.
Well, it'd probably be smarting because the clip goes up his arse.
Where you've put that, yeah.
Well, I didn't know where else I could put it, so
yeah.
And someone had started drilling an hole there anyway, so I thought, well, I'll finish it off.
I hope you've got rubber gloves when you were doing that, because you know sometimes if stuff comes out.
Oh, I had proper surgical gloves on.
That's good. I forgot the figures are 135th because the bike's a bigger scale than the tank. That, yeah.
Yeah, these are 35th. The bike and sidecar is 35th, and these two are 76th.
That's right. Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. Oh, I've got some bikes as well, which I'm going to be building.
That's nothing to do with me or Colin, is it?
It's got everything to do with you and Colin, because you've bullied me and forced me into this.
Oh.
Just a quick one. Mike Hornsey away builds rat models. He's got to go. Catch you all next time.
Yeah, see you later, guys. There you go, mate.
Expat was obviously you were on about doing your bricks in that there. Davey Expat was saying he's just making a bigger mould for 135th cobbles.
I've got a 135th cobble mould somewhere because I bought it from a place on Tinterweb that does the latex moulds for bricks, paving slabs, cobbles, curbstones, manhole
You
covers.
just cobble one together yourself then. Sorry.
Oh, you're full of it tonight, aren't you?
Yeah.
He did it when he was stoned.
See what you did there. By the way, Muse is saying it's always my fault. Everything anyway.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Muse. I like it.
Terry, can you curb your enthusiasm?
I saw
I just clicked on that one. Breaks out in a guttural laugh.
doesn't want to be tarred with the same brush.
Oh no, because then I'd be on the road to nowhere, wouldn't I?
By association, yeah. I'm always
and finally, the postman brought these two things.
Nice.
Oh yeah. A katana. Oh, Suzuki's just released a new katana. It's looking really sweet. The actual wheel road bike.
I got these off Tinterweb, and they was about 15 quid each.
Oh, they're decent. You know, they're not too expensive.
For the first time, for cutting my teeth on doing bikes, that is more than what I want. I don't know if I'm going to do any more bikes after that, but if I get the bug, I might be upgrading and doing some posh bikes.
There you go.
Because I must admit, the new Tamiya bike that they've just released, can't remember what it's called, but it's got purple wheels.
Oh, that one, that's basically the R1, the new R1. Yeah, it's nice.
It does look rather nice.
It's very sexy. We've got a guest in from down under, all the way in Australia. Johnny Blythe, morning from Brisbane, everyone. I'm just back for holiday. Cough, cough.
Yeah, where'd you go? Anywhere nice, mate?
Did you have a good holiday, mate?
That's when he comes back and goes, yeah, Bognor.
Bognor. Is that still a place?
Bournemouth.
Bognor Regis.
Yeah, so's Clacton and all.
Oh, where's one place I went? It was quite funny. It's got funny. Frinton-on-Sea.
Oh, Frinton-on-Sea. How jolly good.
And it had all the lovely little, like the Victorian beach changing shades of all the different colours and all that. And I was looking at them going, Christ, I wouldn't have to crunch down to get to peel my underpants off, because they're quite hard to take off, to put my Speedos on.
You just had to get a reference in your skiddies, didn't you?
You're the bloke who's got the letter S missing off your Speedos and all, you mate.
Oh, you had to get that one in, Cole. Can you imagine a Smoo in a set of Speedos, though? Really?
Oh, don't. Budgie smoke. Don't.
No, please.
Just to put that image into everybody's head, yeah. Smoo.
Davey, you ain't got no cocktail sausages nearby, have you, mate? Or button mushrooms.
No. What's the right name for them in London? Is it chipolatas?
But I've got a cocktail stabberer.
Yeah, chipolata.
Oh, Colin, he's got Jaffa cakes out. See, it's not just me, it teases you with Jaffa cakes.
That's all right, you bunch of bastards.
Well, it's either them or it's that.
Oh, go and do the Milky Bar Kid thing then.
Well, Tesco's are doing them 50p a packet at the moment.
Funny that, Co-op's doing them 2 for £1. Yeah.
Oh, where's the worst place anyone's been on holiday? Oh, mate. Mine's got to be Fulness Bay.
What's that?
It's a place on the Isle of Wight where even the seagulls fly upside down because there's fuck all worth shitting on. I hated it, mate.
I've been to Isle of Wight, but I can't mind that bay. Maybe
Fulness
I've been to the Isle of Wight. I didn't know that place was there.
Yeah, not spelt with an F, by the way.
Ah.
It's a TH.
Oh, right, okay. I think I know where you
are.
Yeah. Experts going, Dad's Army springs to mind. All right, okay.
Okay.
Experts going, Mankini. Yeah, but we're thinking actually bringing out a range of Smoo Industries Mankinis, but yeah.
No, we weren't.
Well, we're going to do a one-size-fits-all.
Well, you'll be modelling them on your own, mate.
Was it no you suggested it, Colin, because you said you get a bit warm in your man cave?
Wow, I am a Wookiee, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so we're just trying to find a designer to design this. If anybody out there, his wife or whatever, is quite creative with cloth and has a sewing machine, and would like to send us some samples of the Smoo Industries winter range, so they might need to be furry mankinis, feel free to drop me a line.
There's no way I would subject the internet to that image. That's just...
That would definitely be an insomnia edition, eh? We're sitting there in mankinis and everybody's like, oh no, this is actually a horror movie.
Yeah, Johnny Blythe said Parkhurst ain't considered an holiday camp. I tell you something though, mate. It comes with free bed and board.
Oh God. Muse is going Terry in a Speedo. Oh hell no. I did once when I was younger. Now I just wear like a onesie, and yeah, it's made out of wool. Like the Billy Connolly one that goes when you get in the water. Fraser saying went to a place called Seaton Carew near Hartlepool, a little seaside town. Fucking dire. At least Blackpool has the lights to make it seem alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is,
yeah, go
on. Go, Paul.
There are some absolute minging places that you can go in the UK, isn't there?
The thing, years ago, what we're talking about, was it like the 40s and the 50s when cars became available on buses and public transport was getting better, that the seaside towns were bristling with people, and now they're all just like dingy, dying a death type things.
I mean, we can all remember as kids going to the holiday park and staying in like a little 4-berth caravan. If you walked up one end, it used to tilt up the other, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember them? The little tiny, like, large golf ball caravan things. Do you remember them?
My uncle had one. It wasn't a static. It was a tourer, and I think it was no long after my dad had passed away. My uncle Tom had a wee.
Yeah, you stood outside cooking because it was had more room out there than it did in the caravan.
Oh, it's weird, but I had like a chemical toilet, but nobody. My mum was always like, "You're only allowed to pee in it if you want a jobby. You're going all the way across to that thing because I'm no emptying jobbies." Oh, but a chemical toilet. No, I don't like.
Be like Huey Greens, wouldn't it? Out Huey Opportunity Knocks, you'd be like.
Oh no. Expats
dodging all day long.
Yeah. Expats call them willy warmers. Yeah, willy warmers. Yeah. Muse is going. Good God, no. Okay, yeah. We'll go off that subject then.
Yeah.
So that's us covered like holidays and dire places to go and visit, which is really, really modelling related, because we're all about modelling.
Perhaps the odd one might still have a model shop. Because seaside resorts, normally you always find somewhere that's got some models like, dating from 1976, but a rare kit find, isn't it? You're quite often have a route around, you're like, I've been after one of them.
It's funny you should say that, Colin, but when I go up and see my mum up in Lowestoft, there is an old model shop in the High Street.
Yeah.
I used to remember like we were on caravan holidays down like Eyemouth and stuff like that, which is near North Berwick in Scotland on the East Coast. And we used to get a static caravan holiday, and all our aunties and uncles would go down. We'd all go fishing and down to the harbour and stuff like that. But yeah, good stuff. I like all that. Morocco turd. Oh dear. Right, Cole.
Yeah.
What have you been up to this week? I believe.
What have I been up to? I've been doing a bit of bike building. I'll just pop Minicam on for a sec. What else? I was on the right one, wasn't it? I'll just change.
Yeah, back on. I'll let you get set up. Yeah, we've been dodging away this week, especially with Insomnias. We've been getting quite a lot done, Cole, haven't we?
Yeah. I mean, I done a few bikes, didn't I? Done the big bike.
Doing a day, didn't you?
Aye.
I'm sure you finished off 2 bikes in one day, not necessarily like you started one in the same day, but
yeah. Sorry, peeps. He caught me unaware. He caught me unawares there by bunging me on without letting me know. The fucker. He does that quite a bit.
Yeah.
There you go. Right. Got loads of planes going on over here because someone's building an aircraft carrier. The Nimitz that's just out of shot under there. I've got my Katana going on. That even Davey's got one of them bad boys.
Yeah.
I haven't. So, Shax, I'll just flick my bench light on. I'll be switching it off again in a minute. But
It gets a wee bit warm and cold.
No, it's just I've got my other bike plugged in, didn't I?
Oh, right.
That's the Kawasaki group build that I haven't been fettling with. And that's got wrapped exhaust pipes, copper ends, copper scratch-built pipes, cafe racer towel, and a set of custom-made handlebars, that sort of gubbins. Shortened mudguard on the front, and a tail tidy on its Harris. So that's the group build that I haven't been fettling with.
But you haven't almost finished.
Yeah, I'm just going to kill me light because I've got the other one I've been doing is that one, the CBR Fireblade that I got of eBay as a cheap ass die-cast build, and that's got a bit of electricity going on.
That's bright.
Front light.
Yeah.
That is looking nice, Colin.
Rear light. And then you've got indicators, front and rear on one side.
Excellent.
And then the same on the other side. You can have them as hazards.
That's brilliant.
Same under there.
That headlight's really bright. That's cool.
Yeah. So they work independently. Yeah, it is bright, isn't it, Terry? Look at that.
That's a proper job, mate. Actually, that's about the right size for Chris to actually jump on and ride it away.
So that's what I've been up to. I've got a soundboard. Oh, sorry about that, peeps.
That you just taking the soundboard.
That didn't come out, did it?
It was your soundboard, mate. You pressed the button as you were picking it up.
Cheers. Yeah. Do you like the sound of that motorbike? It went.
Well, something was revving up, but I'm not sure what it was.
I'm really sorry. I stretched over to take my plug out. I'm a man of a certain age.
Oh, it's comedy gold. Oh, I love that.
Oops. People are asking why I haven't done an E-models video yet. That's one of the reasons why. Yeah, so that was my 30 quid eBay special. I've got a Nimitz. And I'm scratch building all the aircraft bays and all of that lot in there. But I've just been going around and putting on all the bits and pieces that were done as part of the refit. So
cool.
I've been grafting some bits on the side of it. And
that's a big old tub, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big old unit. So I've got that to do. All them aircraft and all of that lot to go on it.
Was it plain sailing doing all these little planes in? Or did you just wing it?
Oh dear.
Really?
Hold on a minute. That tumbleweed did not brush against my bum then.
Is that what the noise was?
Yeah.
Because Expat,
I don't know what it was, but it fell out.
Expat said it sounded more like a BSA.
It did. It's got a slight oil leak though.
Misfire on number one. Yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't hear that, did you, peeps? Come on.
Well, Muse is saying loud and clear, Colin.
Oh, really?
But it was these sound cards. They're pre-programmed, and if you accidentally press the button, they go like that. So
yeah, it's because I had the bike speaker so near, and it went.
That's it. Yeah. Muse is saying there's an old hobby shop on the east side of Detroit. The area around it is hell on earth, but you can find the oddest old stuff in it still.
Yeah. See, I'm not even gonna reach over and put that in my drawer now. Fuck that! I ain't taking a risk now.
Well, in case you got a bit more slippage.
Yeah, you know that was an Harry Potter, wasn't it? That was an Hufflepuff.
Rewipe an aisle one. Rewipe an aisle one. Thank you.
I'm gonna watch that back now. I'm going, nah, they never heard it. They couldn't have done.
You know what was quite funny? I had it clicked on you at the same time. I was like, "Oh," and I couldn't quite reach that click off.
It's one of those, isn't it? It's like I did it to him the other night, and in insomnia, I done it to him. Look at me.
It's a natural bodily function. Who cares? It's a bit of fun. Mark Scale Models is in. Hey guys, hope you're all good. Hey Mark.
He's all right, mate.
Fraser says, Terry, was it you that mentioned the Fallout 4 dioramas? Yeah, Fox kindly got sent by, I'm trying to remember the name of the company now that makes them. They're doing a run of Fallout 4 resin figures and possibly plastic figures, and they do the garage as a dio that you can buy. I don't know how expensive it is, but yeah, Fallout 4 stuff. I can't remember off the top of my head what the company's name's called, but what are you giggling at?
I wear an iWatch, and I couldn't understand why it kept vibrating at me. And I looked at it, and I think that Harry Potter Hufflepuff triggered off Siri because it's been waiting for me to speak to it.
So Siri's been sitting there, and the weather in your area is a little bit windy with sudden gusts.
Oh dear, what on earth have I gone and done there?
How does sound like, hey Siri?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
So it's Windy City in your house then, Colin?
Sorry?
Windy City in your house then?
Yeah.
Oh, it's quite funny. Muse is saying she's raised a house full of boys. Gas is a team sport. Yeah, if you can get them all going in stereo, you know. Yep. Anyway.
Terry will ask me, he'll go, oh, have you got such and such to hand that you've got in your stash? Knowing that I'm going to reach up to the shelf above my head, and as I do it, it's like...
At least they didn't smell well. Yeah, well, otherwise, yeah, your poor wife would be lying gassed on the kitchen floor. Although there was one time... No, I'm not going there. Beyond step now. I think I've caught up. Oh, Paul Chapman saying, like to mention to... Oh, what's this?
Oh, Ty Woofy, he won, did he? Cheers, Paul.
Oh, for the Speedway, cool.
Yeah, I was going to watch that after this.
You think they do that on purpose for you, Cole?
I reckon they all do, yeah. But no, that's brilliant news, mate. And it's TAI. Ty. But yeah, that's brilliant news.
That's no you rivet counting like a grammar Nazi, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's honestly, he's a maverick British speedway rider, and I'm chuffed to bits on that because the establishment don't particularly like him because he says it how it is.
Is he a bit of maverick?
Yeah, he is, yeah. But nah, fair game. I'll be watching that after this, mate. I do like my FIM Grand Prix Speedway.
Yeah, don't say anything about the MotoGP because he's only just watched the qualifying. So if anybody puts spoilers in,
the race ain't till Sunday, Terry.
All right, okay.
Saturday still, isn't it?
Well, it's a Japanese Grand Prix as well tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
I won't be getting up early to watch it.
No, I'm not. I'm not as big a fan of Formula One since Ayrton died. You know what I mean? But my MotoGP and my Speedway, I mean, they've got some balls, ain't they, them Speedway riders? No brakes, no clutch. Or no gear.
Speedway circuit, Armadale just up the road from me. I've always been meaning to go. I think it's Friday nights or something. You usually do the...
Yeah, we used to go Wimbledon Speedway when I was a pup. You know?
I used to go down to Reading Small Meter Stadium when they was racing down there.
You know, so yeah, you used to go down there, you know, watch it. So yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of the speedway tracks, I think the one in Armadale has actually got like the local Armadale football pitch in the middle, and then there's like the big dirt track around out.
Yeah, Wembley Stadium famously used to do speedway events in the 70s. That's where the British Grand Prix used to be held until they moved it to the Millennium Stadium at Cardiff. I think it's called something else now, that stadium, But yeah, I'm over the moon with that. It was a cliffhanger as well because he got tucked up like a kipper the other week by an overzealous ref abroad who excluded him from one of the races. And it's like, hold up a minute, there was 3 other guys there that weren't ready as well. But it's almost like because the bloke that was close to him in the title was from a town nearby, you know what I mean? So,
X-Pac saying it's good that for getting your face sandblasted. I mean, I've been to stock car racing, and you go to stock car racing, and you get like your cup of bovril and your pie of dubious contents, and you stand at the side of the track, and when you come back and you take your glasses off, and you've got the white marks saying the face is black or the tyre rubber.
What we used to do before they brought out the deflectors they have on speedway bikes now, they have a little like a mud flap right down low. that channels the shale across at an angle, so you don't get the big rooster tails that you get. And what we used to do is I always spot the new people coming to the track for the first time, because everyone's looking around, don't know what to do. We used to go, mate, you want a good view? Just go and sit on the corner. You right down the front. Yeah, there, keep going, mate. Keep going. Left a bit, right a bit. Yeah, that's it. And they'd be going, cheers, mate. And honestly, they'd walk past you midway through at the break, and they was as brown as fuck. Because they'd be getting soaked with all the shell all night long.
Aye, Johnny bless you. Remember going to Speedway and thinking, blimey, there's no one standing here at this corner. Soon found out it's because you got covered in shit when they go round. Aye.
It used to be great fun. You go, yeah, go and sit over there, mate.
See the stock car race now. I don't know if all the circuits are the same, but the one up in Fife, it's a concrete oval. So when they hit the wall, it's like, it's the same on all of them.
Yeah. Some of the American tracks got the big banked ovals and that, but yeah. I mean, our chat, Johnny, is quite a little bit behind. I'm just seeing that ping up on the chat there.
Yeah,
Johnny was saying he wrote it in the chat just now. Bless him.
Yeah, the way it works, Johnny, is we're actually probably about 5 seconds ahead of you. So if we've started talking about something, you've just typed it in. There's actually a delay between the live broadcast and the chat. Anyway.
Just bunged it up. Bless him. Yeah,
that's quite funny. Right. Just try to think. We need obviously
bit now where I turn my towels on you. What have you been up to this week?
Yeah, come on, Terry. What have you been up to?
Nothing.
I know that, but we're trying to pad the show out a bit here and make it look super suave, windswept, and interesting.
I've not been doing nothing at all, Cole. Let's see if I can get the right one. Yeah, I've not been doing.
One lightweight one, isn't there?
What? What?
You what?
Yeah, I'll move these in case there's children watching. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of. This is your fault, Colin. My first attempt at figure painting.
What you got there in your hand, mate?
It's an Elf Archer figurine. Her arms are over there, but I've started all the.
Oh, so she's harmless then.
She's quite harmless, yeah. She's not got her bow and arrow and that on at the moment, so
Colin's elbow.
So Colin's been at me to try figures, so this is my first attempt at a figure. I'm really enjoying it. So she's got a bit of best down. So as Colin said when he's doing his figures, trying to get the subtle tones around about the boubage area does require a lot of wet blend, and saliva is really good for it. So yeah, I've been working on that. I may or may not have been fettling on that bike that.
You've been using that fucking Uri Geller powdery stuff.
Yeah, I've been using the Uri Geller powders, and I've been working on the engine. I've kind of got the back end starting to go together and all that now. And I've got. See, it tells you in the instructions to do the frame in black, and I thought that was a bit boring, so I've kind of metal. It almost looks like a chrome frame. What else have I been doing? Is that not about it? Actually,
I think it is actually. You've been not fettling on the Kawasaki group build, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been not fettling on that. So yeah, I haven't actually been. Yeah, I suppose because I've been in it. I actually got back into the spray booth, didn't I?
Yeah.
I actually got back into the spray booth, which is quite good because I've got quite a lot of things that I need to do in the spray booth that are all needing paint. So yeah, I've been battering on with that, and it's good. The late night insomnia things that me and Colin have been doing really been helping me with that. But I'm enjoying my figure painting because figure painting takes a while. Yeah, that bike will actually start. Obviously, I've got the engine together. That bike's going to start taking shape now because everything's almost painted. I've just got a couple of wee bits. You know how you get like wee bits like spark plugs and stuff today. So I've still got that. Muse is off to work. She says we'll catch us later.
See you later, Muse.
See you later, Muse.
Taylor Braun, I just posted another final on the dungeon page. That's good because we'll go into the dungeon in a wee bit there, so that's excellent. Yeah, so I'm kind of just painting up all the wee fiddly bits, and then the next part of that bite's going to be assembly, and then I've got to spray all my tins and that, and then hopefully get on with some other stuff, because now I'm back in the spray booth. I've got loads of armour and stuff to do. Why is Colin laughing?
I'm just doing a bit of foot repair. Carry
Right,
on.
okay, that's all right, mate. Yeah. You watch what you're doing with that chair.
No, I'm doing foot repair.
Oh, not super glue, is it?
No, it's called wrapping two very bleeding toes together with
Oh,
paper.
oh, be careful, mate.
That's all right, mate. I've got no idea what happened there, but
Bloody hell.
it happens. I've stuck my foot on something and it's just
So,
sliced it somewhat.
ouch. So what's all the guys in
it, mate?
what's all the guys been up to in chat then? Obviously, if you've got stuff to share on the dungeon, get up in the dungeon. We'll go into the dungeon shortly. We've got two ways of doing the show tonight. Obviously, you'll notice there's fewer of us in. So if the chat's bouncing and you've got questions coming in and stuff like that, we'll keep on with the chat and all the rest of it. If it after the dungeon it tails off and gets a bit quiet, we might go and do some stuff at the bench like what we do in the Insomnias. We're just kind of playing it by ear at the moment.
Yeah, Vince is due to come in, isn't he, at some point?
I think he's out for a meal with his lady friend tonight, yeah. So what have you lot all been up to in the chat? I got a kit in the day. I had to quite look at it, Colin. You'll actually quite like it because you like opening doors and that, don't you?
By any chance, would it?
Yeah. But I was looking at the tub on it, on the round the back door, not the side doors, but round the back door. It's actually got it's partially cut some of the way through, and then it's got a little tab of plastic, so that the back door's easy to cut out. But yeah,
what you got to open the side doors? Yeah, do it.
I don't know if it would all fall apart though. There's
Cole, can you buy one? Do it to see whether it's worth doing, Amble. Before you do yours, is that what you're asking?
No. No, I just got it for. I mean, I would have probably just done it while the door's shut, but it looks like the back door already has the cuts, but it doesn't have any hinges, so it's either glued open or glued shut. But you've showed me how to do the hinges, so I might have a go at that.
Sorry about this. I'll be with you in a sec.
That's all right. Paul Chapman saying he's just building a Scooby. Good stuff. Jared's building a GMC pickup and painting the Dragon Wagon. Still, you're at the painting stages of the Dragon Wagon.
Oh,
I need to get some pictures of that up.
Because I've got a Dragon Wagon in the stash to do at some point.
I've got one, but has your one got the trailer on it? Mine's is just a cab.
I've got the trailer as well.
Oh, Steve. How you doing, mate?
Hello, Steve. You all right? You at work or you at home?
Because if you're at home, I can bung you a link, mate, if you want to pop in. What's Johnny saying? Got home on Friday, Saturday, went in the dungeon, picked up a Kubel wagon, and the back wheel was it? Back wheel fell off. I thought to myself, I think I'll leave it for now and start it tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, bless him.
You get some of these days that you just start touching a kit and then it starts going Pete Tong and you're like, I'll just go and watch your telly.
You get to that stage, just put it down, walk away, and go and do something else.
Yeah.
Because you're only going to mess it up if you try and rectify what you've done or haven't done.
Oh, Sarge Bones has been feeling ill all day. Spent some time yesterday on his M1.
Oh, good man.
Expat has just started a 132nd scale 109G. That'll be a Meshy Smith, is it? Meshy Smith 109?
Oh, yeah.
Mark Skill Model goes, does anybody do classic British kits? I would if I could get my hands on them that weren't silly prices. I remember building when I was a young lad the Vincent Black Shadow and stuff like that, but there's not many companies make them in an affordable scale. You can get them, but they tend to be quite pricey. Hi, Steve, you want us to ping you a link, matey?
Terry's going to love this.
I just hope you're all right, mate.
No, I'm all right, mate. I'm fine.
So you're not going to show us your toes, are you?
No, I'm just going to fucking send a picture to Terry of my DIY.
Oh Christ, this will be gaffer tape and fucking an old bit rubber glove, and I can just imagine. What's Steve saying? I'm at home, but we'll have our own hangout running. That's cool, no bother. But Tim's in an insomnia edition you could join later. Yeah. What we might do if we decide to go into an insomnia one, we'll end the live stream and do an insomnia in a bit. But that's cool, Steve. I forgot you did your usual Saturday night with Carl and everything.
Yeah, your apologies, mate. Totally.
I forgot what day it was. So yeah, Davey, obviously you've got, how many kits do you normally have on the go at the same time?
Depends on what I'm doing. I've always got some figures on the go at some point in either construction or paints, because I've still got my World War II fighter pilots that I'm still working on.
Do you do what Colin does, is when you can't really be bothered building anything, you'll just sit and paint a figure?
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but there is something extremely relaxing about applying paint with a paintbrush. Yeah. And I just get kind of lost in it, and I just enjoy it. I don't know why.
I've really enjoyed, and as I say, it's not Colin's fault. He just sparked an interest. I've really enjoyed doing that figurine, and it's just learning. It's quite funny that folk going about learning techniques with airbrushing. That there's quite a lot of techniques you actually need to learn to do the brush painting with wet blending and all that. And it's a nice.
It's all techniques then that you can use on the rest of your model building. That's what I find with it. But I just find it really therapeutic. You know, I often got asked what I did between video builds, because I normally only build or video 1 in every 8 builds, round about that figure. So I build a lot that don't even appear on the YouTube. And people would say, what do you do? That's why I figure paint and build other stuff, which is why I did the channel update, because it just let people see that, you know, there's more to what we do.
You're quite a prolific builder, actually. I was quite surprised sometimes, because when you're on a good day, it's like, fuck, you're fairly battered on with that. And it's just like, we're just sitting chatting and it's head down, you know, we're off air or whatever, head down. But I see the figure paint and it's like, you'll start it and then you'll go, all right, I'm going to go get a cup of tea, but 4 hours have passed.
Yeah.
And you've been sitting, you just get lost in it, and it's very, I do like it. Very,
you become entrenched or entranced by it, you know, and it's what I do to relax, you know. If I'm having a particularly bad thing where I can't really do complex builds, I'll just sit and paint, you know, and that might just be putting a base flesh down or something like that, you know, or one of the base colours of the clothing, but you still feel you've achieved something at the bench.
I was just thinking, is what's his name? Fraser still in? I actually finished my Razorback Fraser. I don't know if you've seen it. I've not done a reveal on it yet. I got it finished, so that's me completed another kit. Yay!
So that's 2 you've done this year then.
Your chair's creaking a bit. You need to grease that up, mate. Look at me. Yeah, squeaky chair. See, my chair does it. I know that kind of.
That wasn't supposed to have been heard.
This week I've been mostly eating turbans of that.
My audio's been crackling for days. I will get round to fix it. The one day that it ain't crackling, I have to have a bad bout.
Yeah, it's perfect. There appears to be some interference of some nature going on, but I'm not quite sure what it is.
Apologies from me. I think it's the Jaffa cakes coming through.
Oh, Jaffa cakes. Well, I've got cakes as well, but we're not going to tease Colin about that. I'm just trying to think. So what? What do you think will be your next one, Davey?
The next one is going to be a motorbike.
So you're definitely going to do that CB750 then?
It's going to be this one. I've done a what's in the box video, which I'm going to probably post up tomorrow.
Is that your first video series you're doing on that bike then, Davey, is it?
Yeah, I don't quite know how I'm going to do it. As in, I don't know if I'm going to video it while I'm building it, or if I'm going to do a certain amount and then say, this is what I've done and this is the problems that I've had or whatever.
That's kind of what I'm doing with my Peterbilt. I've done like I've done sort of a wee bit and then went, this is what I've done and had problems with that and pointed them out. And then the next segment, done a bit more and then just showed what I've done, because it is quite a lot of sanding and filing, and you do want to film all that. It's a bit.
Yeah. I'd sit there watching an old fart like me building a kit. I think it's probably best to do sports page highlights, I think.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, sports. Aye. Ray's off for the evening. He's got to go to sleep tomorrow. Or bye-bye for now, guys. See you, Ray.
See you, Ray.
Bye. Thanks for coming. Bye.
Obviously, that's been on a bit later, I suppose. Some people, Ray's an hour ahead here, so it'll be about 11 o'clock at night where he is in Malta.
Yeah, in Malta, isn't he? Yeah.
Whose idea was it to chip these bricks up?
Well, you've got to chip them up and then they're falling off the thing, but you can leave the wee quarter bits of bricks as well in amongst it for rubble.
Rubble.
Give
Yeah,
it some
the old
Barney.
Barney, mate. Bit of the old Barney.
Yeah, I'm always in Barney, me. Yeah, I get into Barney with Colin all the time. That's Cockney rhyming slang for rubble. Rubble.
Fucking rubble, isn't it? Rubble.
Barney, rubble, double.
So obviously now I'm back in the spray booth. I might actually get the RZ done. I've got my mate's CBX 1100 to do. I've got the frame. Oh, I've got that done as well, right enough.
What's that? That was your chair.
Aye?
Hmm?
What?
There's a lot of squeaky chair business going on tonight, isn't there?
This chair is like 12 years old and it's got a rather small gentleman on the top of it. So
yeah, they do start creaking when they get to the age of mine and Terry's chairs.
yeah, it's nothing to do with big 6-foot chaps sitting in them. Yeah, I'm doing a build for my mate. It's the Tamiya 112 scale CBR 1100 Blackbird. So I've managed to get all the metalizing done on the exhaust and that, because I stripped all the chrome off it. So I've got them in it.
Has that been done with the Uri Geller stuff, has it?
The back end's been done with the Uri Geller. The front end's been done with Mr. Hobby Super Metallics. And then I've got the front end all built up and all the plumbing in. So that's basically ready. Waiting on painting the tins on that one. I've got a first coat down in the tins, so
That's the one I'm gonna light, isn't it?
That's the one you're going to put lighting in, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice. It's a really nice kit to go together. Really nice kit. Oops. Yeah. So I think after that I'll be try to get that finished, and what else am I going to be doing? I want to get onto my Porsche. I've still got to do that before I start on the Porsche. The Porsche, which is this one, the whale tail job. The one with the big.
What Porsche you doing, Terry?
This one, 911 turbo with a whale tail. I want to light that up.
Right.
But before I get started on that, I was going to do a series of little videos just on the basic electronics for guys, showing them how to use.
Yeah, I'm going to sign me up. I'm going to be watching that.
Showing them how to work with breadboards and make little circuits up and that. And Colin's going to do the more complex stuff with the programmable Arduino stuff.
Sarge is asking, when you're going to start that wingy thing, Terry, and get out your comfort zone.
Oh, are you on about?
Yeah, look at the top.
You're on about this one. I'm not going to video it, that's for sure. But I haven't got the paints for it yet. So I need to get the paints because I want to do it in the. Well, see if I can get it without shouting. The North Korean Air Force One. So I need to get the paints for it, and it gives you. Now the colours are quite strange because it gives you it in a gamma and something else. There's a frog foot. That's a plane. And the one I'm going to do it in is. I think it's this one. All right. North Korean Air Force colours. So it's just like saying let's sit in Humbrol and a gamma. And obviously I've been trying these gamma buffing paints and that, so they actually gave the right colours in the gamma, but I mean There's Humbrol ones, so it's just like mid grey, dark grey, light blue, mid green, and red. So I don't know. I might be able to just match something up, but yeah. But I've not done a plane for 35 years, so that's going to be a bit of an interesting one. But it comes.
He built a plane, mate. He was playing in the wood on the one the Wright brothers used.
Yeah, it comes with photo etch and masks and all sorts of stuff in it. So, and it's a big old plane as well. It's a one.
Oh, Stuart's here. Hello, Stuart. How are you doing, my friend? Busy night at work for him, he says.
Stuart Bremner, how you doing, pal? It's a big old plane because it's 148, so there's kind of the size of the thing.
Size.
So it's a decent size. So yeah, I just don't have the paints for it yet, so I wouldn't get very far into the build if I was starting it. But yeah, I'll need to get onto that and bust my bubble of getting back into planes. But
that's the one you won off of E-Models, isn't it?
Yeah, I won that off of one of the Monday night live streams. And then, of course, Colin and I and Vince and all that are doing. I'm just trying to see if I've got it handy.
Yeah, I don't want to have to reach up and get it from.
Yeah, this is the Star Trek Voyager. Well, this is part of the Voyager, so we're just in the process of drilling all the holes out for all windows in the tub of it, which is quite a lengthy process, but I'm getting there. So
yeah, it's a fun job.
We're going to try and light these up as well. So it's quite a bit of fettling and clean up on these. So we've got those on the go. What else? Whoa. Yeah.
Fire engine as well.
Yeah. The Peterbilt's getting there. The chassis, I've got a bit of more work to do on the chassis and stuff, but it's coming together. It's a big old piece of plastic, this Peterbilt, and yeah, I've got a wee bit of detail paint to do on this. All the other bits are in primer, so I'm getting there. And the engine's quite nice. I was talking to Colin about it the other day about maybe trying to put injector rails on it, but it's lacking the detail for the injectors and everything. So I'll have a think about it. So that's in primer, that's painted up, and I've got the what's the paints? Zero paints, cat yellow for the engine and that. So yeah, so I've got loads of stuff going on, but it's trying to get some stuff finished. Oh, I've just done a Hufflepuff on off. Do you see that? It's a chair.
Yeah, these chairs are known for it, aren't they? You know,
they're notoriously bad for.
Yeah, I've tried all kinds of lubricant on the chair I'm hastening to add. I just want to clarify that, you.
What?
That's right.
Frankie started next laser paint his Warhammer kit. Lazy night shift. Yeah.
Good bed.
Expat saying not the best fitting kit. Which one, mate? The Peterbilt. Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? Right, I'm just gonna have a quick peek at El Dungeon and see what you guys have been posting up. You bear with me. Oh, that's a funny pick call. It really is. Give it a wee refresh. See what the guys have been up to. Bum.
Expats and frog.
Oh, the frog foot's not the best fit in the kits. I'll manage. I think on it. It's just I haven't done a lot of weathering of planes or anything like that, but I'm sure I'll do all right. Oh, there's loads of nice stuff in the dungeon tonight. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, loads of nice stuff in the dungeon. So I'll go to that just shortly. I'm just going to get a wee drink of juice. A wee drink of juice and a fag. So the frog foot's... It looks pretty well made, to be fair, but I mean, I suppose I'll find out once I start gluing it together if there's any fit issues. But I mean, it's like just treat it like any other model. You know, if bits don't fit, you make them fit.
It's persuasion fitting, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day, you got your parallel clamps and that now, haven't you? That I use.
Yeah, I had to order some of them in because I didn't have any.
You know, they're a godsend. They are.
Well, you've had plenty of practice with fettling on the motorbike, haven't you? So if you need to do fettling on the aeroplane, you'll be fine.
I don't.
Yeah, because Terry hasn't been doing anything on his Kawasaki.
No, I didn't show you the engine with the metalising powders or the
It's a
metalising
bit
powder.
like the fact that he's not scared of spiders, Davey, as well, isn't it, mate?
Oh, spiders? No,
I'm
he's
not scared of
right for
spiders.
Mm.
What gives you that idea I'm scared of spiders?
Someone
Like a little girl.
rather, well, I'll say rather, extremely camp noises when he saw a spider the other day.
Oh, have you no resemble that remark?
I just wish I had it.
What it was is I usually have my roll, you know, kitchen roll and that down beside of my spray booth, and I was figure painting on the bench. And I thought I would reach down and just tear a square of paper off, but what I hadn't known was one of those rather large house spiders that we've got, the really fast little bastards, was on the piece of paper that I tore off. And when I tore a bit of paper off, I wasn't expecting the bit of paper to crawl up my arm. When I looked down, it wasn't the paper crawling up my arm, it was a big spider. And I just went a wee bit of, oh dear, that shouldn't be there, and briskly wiped it away like a man would do.
It was half the size of a 555 timing chip.
Oh, come on.
Honestly, my little truck was bigger than that.
Oh, come on.
For my aircraft carrier. That's about the size of your spider, wouldn't it?
You've been painting them already?
Yeah.
Is that because they were kind of grey, you could find them on their bench?
Pretty much, yeah. I thought if I paint them in a nice bright colour, I'll find them. Then I weathered it and realised it was dark again. Like,
a wee bit of highlighting.
Yeah.
What's Bjorn saying? And the crazy Norwegian is back. Brr, -2 outside. It's a bit parky here as well, mate.
It's not too bad down here.
I had my heating on briefly the night. It was a wee bit on the chilly side. Expert saying that frog foot's got lots of sand and then rescribing. Well, I got myself a scribe. I thought, yeah, I'll manage. You know, I'll manage. It's just that the whole sort of, it's not the building of it I'm worried about or the painting of it. I haven't weathered a plane. Because the last time I built a plane, you basically just stuck it together and painted it. So I've never actually tried weathering effects on a plane, and especially a jet. So I'm kind of out of my comfort zone. But
it's good to be out of the comfort zone. It do you good.
Yeah, I'll just do a bit of light weathering on it, and hopefully it looks okay. You know, I'm not going to do all that pre-shading and all that sort of stuff. I'll try my best. Dean Bridges, and how you doing, Dean? He's going, Terry, you're looking very young tonight. Thank you very much. What are you after? You mean I've scraped my facial fungus off? Yes, I've started standing a bit closer to the razor now, and you'll notice Colin's lovely, and if Lynn happens to tune in later, Colin's all nice and clean shaven as well.
I'm not.
You're not being scruffy, are you?
Yeah, but you cheat. You just have your camera down, see, so we don't
know. Johnny Blythe's going, don't move to Oz, Terry, if you don't like spiders. I actually don't mind spiders. It's just I wasn't expecting the spider at that moment in time, and I kind of went, like
yeah,
that.
that's what they all do.
You didn't. That sounds nothing like.
I've just stood on my cakes that I don't have. That so yeah. Colin's not looking, is he? I've got cakes.
You've got cake.
No, I was lying. I'll get my coat, will I?
He's got cakes.
I've
seen them.
Bastard.
Expert's going easy, a bit of flory wash. I've got the UMP washes as well. I'm not really into clay washes as such. I use them for different things. I've used them on military vehicles. I'll probably go down the line of oils. I quite like making my own washes and filters and all that up with oils for scratch.
Bit of Starship filth.
Yeah, I've got lots of different stuff. I mean, I'll do a bit of research on it and see what the real aircraft looks like. Because
what do I use? I use dirty wash with a little bit of black in it. It's the Abteilung.
Yeah, I've been quite lucky at
a dirty, gunky, washy colour.
Just wipe it with a pair of your skids, then, mate.
Yeah, I've been quite lucky at Expat. You know how he uploads odd PDF in the dungeon for us to have a look at. There was 2 or 3 on the frog foot, so I've got a bit of reference material to have a look at. John's going, so is there room for a foreign bastard here? You're in the chat, so it appears to be that you're fine. Frankie says he doesn't like the plastic on it. It does look that sort of brittle, sort of easy to scratch. But as I say, it's a kit. I'll be fine.
It's what it is, isn't it, mate?
Rat Pat's going, lemon cupcakes. I didn't show any lemon cupcakes. There were no lemon cupcakes or Jaffa cakes.
Right, so. You two have just really just gone to the naughty step and made it your own.
Oh, so I can't light this fag up now.
That's all right. My time will come. My revenge will be plentiful.
Yeah. So I'm just going, at least there's no snakes in Hawaii. Is there not? I suppose it was a bit warm for me. I don't rig along. I can smell something burning. Bob Bobbington's in. How you doing?
Hello, Bob.
No, great big volcanoes. Paul Shatlin's going, do you use EMA glue? EMA glue? What's it? Is that like emu glue? Boiled down emus instead of horses. What glue is that you've got on your bench, Dave? Because it looked like something out of a tube.
Sorry?
What's that tube of stuff, that yellow stuff?
Oh, it's some epoxy resin that I just mixed up because I've just inserted something in his, yes.
Oh, right, okay. So you've been tidying up his wrinkly sheriff's badge.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fraser Green says I could do with some French fancies. Ooh, hack it, you French fancies. Ooh. Yeah, right. So I'm going to go and have a wee look at El Dungeon. Bjorn, you'll need to PM us about that, mate, and sort stuff up offline and that before online. So yeah, if you're wanting that, but certainly I drop us a message and we can set something up. Dean Bridge is going Gorilla Glue. I've got some of that for wood glue, but yeah. Right, I'm going to go and have a look at El Dungeon. So I'll click it on me. Well, I'll just click it on me. I don't have to do the presenting thing. Let's see, have we got it? Here we go. So we should be looking at El Dungeon. Now, if you're not already a member, it's a friendly little group that Colin and I run. It's facebook.com/groups/Smoo's Dungeon. An admin will need to add you, but feel free to join in. Now, pinned to the top, this is what we were talking about earlier on, about everybody sharing each other's links to try and get subs for more features. Feel free to add in that, post your YouTube channel if you're a YouTuber, and everybody can sort of sub to each other. So, we're already getting requests in. That's excellent. Philip Ramscar in the post this morning. He's got a Revell 172nd Hinkle Grief. Oh, that looks kind of cool.
Oh, hang on, let's change my glasses and I'll see what's going on then.
That's got a lot of unusual mottling up the side of it and nice swirly bits on the propellers. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Quite a large aircraft as well, 30 centimetres long. That's a level 5, so it looks like a new release for Revell. I like that. That's quite cool looking, quite funky. That's cool. You'll have fun with that one.
Got a Stratosphere as well.
It's a what?
B-52G underneath it.
Oh, well spotted that, man. A Talieri B-52 Stratofortress. That'll be a big kit, Davey, isn't it?
That's going to be a big old lump as well.
Yeah. I quite like the old prop planes, but I was saying to Colin I wouldn't know where to store them, but he says you can mount them on the wall, so it might be something to look at if I get back into planes. So Fraser Green's been trying a little bit of the Warhammers, a little bit of the Warhammer 40k figurines. That's a different one. A wee bit blurry on the image. He's got something on his shoulders that I haven't seen before on one, so that's obviously some...
Called a head, Terry.
No, he's got a different helmet and a different weapons on that shoulder that I haven't seen on any of the ones that I've got, but it'll be a different set. You cheeky bugger. That one, obviously, he masturbates with his left hand. He's got a bit of a hand size problem there. He's got a power glove on. And big swords, right? I've not seen any of these. I don't know what crew this is, but they're kind of cool. Bit fuzzy. That's a flamer.
It's the Big Hand Club.
That's a flamer. Yeah. So Fraser's been working away on the old Warhammers. Taylor Braun. Oh, here we go. Roadkill Monster Carlo is finished. Final photos and a photo of it with the rest of the TV series. So here we go. Oh, it's got loads of... So I wonder what the history is behind this card then, because I don't know anything about the Monster Carlo. So obviously got off-road capabilities. That's looking pretty cool. That's all jacked up with spare wheels and everything on the top of it.
Nice. I like that.
It's a bit different, isn't it? Eh?
Yeah, I like that. I like the way it's jacked it up.
Common Road Junction's back. Hi, mate. Welcome back, mate.
All the four-wheel drivedness, yeah. So if you're posting stuff up, obviously I don't know every single kit that's out in the market there because I don't get out much. When you actually post your photos up, if you take an extra couple of minutes and just write in the comments what it is or who makes it or what paints you've used on it, just a little bit more detail on the kit. But that's a Roadkill Monster Carlo. Never seen anything like that jacked up like that.
I like that. It's different.
Frank Gathwer has progress on his Warhammer kit. This was the one that we originally seen like he'd sprayed it in Nutella and it looked like a chocolate vehicle, but it's now looking more military. They're quite cool, all these Warhammer vehicles. Like, we've got loads of wee bits of detail in that on them. So that's quite a chunky looking thing. That's Frank's Warhammer kit that he's working on. Again, I don't know which one it is, because he hasn't said. Paul's back in with his shiny stuff. An update in Scooby used for the first time an acrylic 2K rather than super shiny. Really? That's nice. Is that buffable, Paul? I mean, as in, can you micromesh and polish it and stuff?
That's nice.
I've not seen an acrylic coming up with that level of niceness before, so...
That's handy in acrylic, 2K, because...
Yeah. Interesting to know who makes that 2K, Paul, if you could enlighten us, because a lot of people can't spray lacquers in their houses.
Same here, mate. That's why I don't use them.
Yeah. That's cracking, that, isn't it? On the wing, you can just see it's catching the light. So I'm really interested on that.
Yeah, I'd like some info on that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, that's perfect because obviously I can't get out, so to speak. So lacquers are out of the equation for me.
That's giving as good a shine as like a normal. All right, it's not as deep as a 2K, but I'd say that's a normal sort of 1K shine, like what I do with my lacquers. And Paul's used to doing super shiny. I like that.
Yeah, but you could do that, and then you could use something like this, the gloss coat varnish from Tamiya over the top of it.
Yeah.
Really bring it up.
But yeah, absolutely. Look at the level of shine on that. You wouldn't think that was an acrylic top coat.
No, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I'd like to know where he got that gloss coat from.
Yes, Paul. Yes, interested.
More info, please, Paul.
Yeah. And whether you're able to cut it back and stuff like that. So yeah, I like that. What's Steve Spencer been up to? He's completed the NPC Space 1999 Eagle transport. Now, if I remember rightly, this is a big 22-inch beastie.
Oh yeah, I do like that.
And you lit it all up.
Ooh.
Not the cheapest of kits, but what a cracking!
That is rather nice.
That weren't a limited budget reference, was it, Terry?
No, I never said a thing. I do like that. I do know that you got the extra sheet of the cartograph decals and everything, all the wee grey squares in that. That is looking nice, Steve. I like that. Lovely, jubbly.
No, it's a good job, Dave.
He's put electricity and everything in it, which is also a thumbs up for me and Col. Oh look, there's a new chap out there, Davey UK. I don't know if you know him, but he's just put his first. It's a quick punt for Davey. His first ever YouTube video up. So do go and take a look and give him a wee sub. Right, Michael Hornsey. Now this guy does a lot of big ships. I think there's one a bit further on that we'll show you, but he's scratch built these turrets in 1/48th scale. And totally scratch built, and I'm like, there's some skills, man. And then of course, me being me went, how did you make the rivets? Because they're not like, you know, you get the wee wheels and you can make the wee countersunk ones. These are all raised. He cast them or something in resin and stuck them on. So a lot of detail in that.
Some patience if he stuck them on individually.
Yeah.
Obviously, was there, Terry?
Sorry?
How many is there of them rivets?
There's about 111 to 12 there, Colin. But a scratch built turret, that's cracking. I like that.
No, there's some patience and some skill there.
Yeah, well, wait till you get to see, right, this is the kind of stuff that Mike Hornsey does. Now, this ship is 8 feet long.
Whoa.
So all the way from there, all 8 feet long. It takes him about 2 years or something like that to complete a build on them.
Okay.
See all the rigging and everything there. So he's going into a lot of detail on them, and obviously scratch building a lot of stuff. So yeah, big props. I mean,
I like what you did there, mate.
Yeah, I like big props, and I cannot lie. So yeah, so that's some of the stuff that Mike Hornsey
for all the scratch building. Crikey.
Yeah, I don't know if he scratch built the whole ship, but obviously, I don't know. Well, I've never really had that conversation yet with him.
If
Philip
he's got
Ramscar,
that level of detail on turrets, I would have thought he would have done the rest of it himself.
I've never asked him the question. Maybe he can tell us if he's in chat. Philip Ramscar has been doing a Doctor Who Dalek, and it lights up and everything like that. So he's obviously nearing the final paint stages. That's quite a cool thing. That they're not cheap. Those. I think is it Airfix that makes them. They're punting for about 90 quid or something on the eBays. I do like that. I like the Dalek.
Is it plastic or is it resin?
It's plastic. It's a plastic kit. He's got it there, and he's obviously the wee thing up there lights up, and he's had to do a little bit of filling in that on it. But I mean, it's just not bad wee beastie, and obviously his wee eye things light up. Obviously, I know all the technical terms for Daleks, being a that looks a cool wee kit, actually. Something different, certainly something different. And tying in, I don't know, is he putting that in it's a time machine competition which ends at the end of this month. I haven't seen anybody scratch building anything Doctor Who related or all right enough, because that's no scratch built. Brett's done a sprue review of a Shelby GT500, so if you want to look at that, pop across his channel. Frank's next project is a Merc Eurocab from Italieri. I do like my trucks myself. Obviously some sprue shots of the same kit. My mate John Reeves across in Northern Ireland has just finished the Tamiya ZXRR06 with detail up front forks. Now he's done a lovely job on this. It's done in the Zero Paints colours. So I've got one of them in my stash, but I'd be scared of the decals. But what a cracking job John's done on that fellow biker. That's looking lovely. The Quack Ninja. It's got a nice back end actually, which is probably the wrong thing to say about a motorbike, but yeah, there you go. I do like a nice rear on a bike. What's Taylor done? Oh, right, okay. Taylor Brun's actually uploaded a link to the final video on his Pontiac GTO build.
John, so by the way, he's just popped in chat. We just showed your quacker, John, your ninja, mate.
Yep. Brett's done another sprue review. Model Collect B52 Stratofortress. That's a big old beastie. What's Taylor saying there? Right, this is one we were talking about in the Insomnias that I said I would broach when we come onto the live feed. So he's done an interesting thing in this, not so much the build itself, but the way he's taking the photographs of the story behind it. It's been a sort of field find. It's been picked up, taken back to workshop and worked on. So,
barn find.
But no, not a barn find, out in the field.
Oh, okay.
So there's a car out in the field. I think this is a series of photos. So the car's been kind of abandoned out in the field. I'm sure this is a series of photos I'm thinking of. Yeah, so the guy comes along with his trailer, picks the car up out the field, puts it on his trailer. So that's a car on the trailer. It's almost like a storyboard. And obviously showing that the inside's all grubby and yucky and all that sort of thing. So then he pulls it back to his workshop on the truck on the trailer, and then takes it off the trailer and starts working on the car, taking the engine out, respraying it all, putting new interior in it and all that sort of thing. New engine in it, new HT leads. And I like the idea that the sort of, don't know if you'll hear that, but he's obviously had somebody gassing him in the garage, revving up the V8. So he's done a whole sort of storyboard to it, and I really like the idea behind that. And then I don't know if his man cave's actually in his garage or somebody revving a big V8 up in the garage. I thought that was really quite neat. Vamp. Now, we've not heard back from Vamp. He's away at a modelling show in South Africa. So this is hopefully one of the things he's been taking. It's a Comet 427 single overhead cam pro mod that he's been working on. So he likes his American sort of muscle cars, does Vamp. And I know he was going to a modelling show in South Africa, so hopefully he's maybe got some recognition for some of his builds. His V engine on the stand and everything. So yeah, HT leads and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, Vamp does like his muscly stuff. Yeah, all the detail up and everything. He's got one of those, it's not the Matchbox, it's, what do you call them? The wee figurines, 124th. The girl.
Oh, the pin-ups.
Master Box, that's it, not that. So that's one of these wee Master Box pin-up girls who's got a spanner on her hand. She's obviously helping him with the build.
Yeah, I've got one for my McLaren, haven't I, that I'm doing.
But yeah, so he likes doing his muscle, so hopefully he's done well at that modelling show. I've never thought about putting anything into a modelling show ever before. I actually read that. It was about the Mike Hornsby posted it up about the hobby and all that sort of stuff. Just a wee read. Expert posting some stuff up, some stuff I got. This was what Archie was on about. I'll just wait a minute if I'm coming off the page. Mind we were on about the smoke call.
Oh right, yeah.
So he's got the dial with the tank and it's blown out and he's got an LED in, but he was wondering how to
airbrush.
How do the airbrush low pressure?
Really low pressure, yeah.
Yeah, just missed it on.
Oh, there's actually a still picture, Colin. It might be better for you for reference.
Yeah, I'd airbrush that, mate. Very, very fine mist. Just build it up bit by bit by bit until you get the blend you want.
Because it's got a nice colour of glow coming through for where the shells have penetrated the and the wisps coming up. So yeah, airbrush on that one. That's, was it Common Road Junction or somebody calls himself actually, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, I like how he's got the glow there because it's coming out the side and they've got a wee bit of glow underneath, like it's really taking a bit of a pound in that. So
there is a Japanese guy that does a lot of the smoke and fire diorama stuff. I'm trying to think of his name now, but yeah, if you Google it, there are some little tutorial videos out there on it. Might help you.
Our Hawaiian friend Daryl D has finally finished the Savage Hulk versus Wolverine, a resin kit. He did quite a few mods on it. It's a lovely sculpt, that.
Nice bit of work he's done there because he completely reworked his head and neck because he turned the head, didn't he? So he's had to redo all the muscle work and all of that.
That's right. He chopped it and turned his head and resculpted it. Yeah.
Really nice piece of work there.
So that's him tearing Wolverine in half. Hulk angry, Hulk. Oh, Perry, put your teeth in. Hulk angry, Hulk smash. Oh look, he's even got the entrails coming out. I like that. I do like entrails because I like haggis as well. There's some lovely work there. I should have done it. If you're squeamish, turn away now. But yeah, Hulk versus Wolverine, and it looks like Hulk won. I'll just scroll down and see what else there is. He's also got a couple of wee videos there as well if you want to go and have a wee look. Brian Griffin, what has Brian been up to? He's just got work in progress. I'm assuming it's a half track of some description. A few sprue shots. Yeah, some sort of half track he's working on. So he's got that on his bench in the spray booth. So yeah, if you are posting photos up, obviously, I don't know what kit it is. It's obviously 135th. If you can put a little bit more detail on it, it gives me a little bit more to talk about.
Paul Chaplin's saying he's just posted the gloss that he used.
Excellent. I'll do a refresh in a moment. Kev Mortimer has been working. Oh, Kev Mortimer was the guy that did the same bike that you've got called, but he ratted it up.
Oh, right. Yeah. I know the one.
So he's working on, is it the XV? I can't remember. It's a big V-twin Tamiya kit. So he's working on some of the detail up parts on it at the moment. And, you know, like you do know, the springs and everything, rattle can for Halfords, but just all the detail that you're putting in, all the chrome like. That's the thing I enjoy about the bikes is, so that's a gold that you use on it. So people do still use the rattle cans on their models. Yeah, that. I'm just trying to think. Oh, there he is. Right, aye. It's a 112 scale bike, but he's de-chromed it all because this kit comes in engines covered in chrome, and it looks a bit naff. He's taken the chrome off and went for sort of matte black look.
Yeah, Exile Cycles look nice.
Yeah, looks a lot nicer like that.
Mm.
Proper job. Proper job on that. Good job, Kev. What else have we got? More Dalek. I think that's Archie starting his dial. So I think I've kind of caught up. Oh, Brian Griffin. We were talking about different people's workspaces. So Brian Griffin's updated his man cave. So he's got his wee spray booth on his left and a lot of those, what do you call them again? Hobby's own units in that in, and he's another Apple man like yourself, Cole. He's got his Apple in the middle. And the magnifier thing, I'm getting to the stage I might need to get myself one of those. Used to use them in the electronics.
Yeah, I've got one of those just to my left.
Yeah, it's got a lovely nice setup there. I do like that. It's very neat and tidy. And of course, his furry-legged friend, that's a bonny wee dog. It was wee furry-legged friend just checking it out and going, what have you done to my bench? So that's Brian Griffin's man cave. Oh, and he got an early birthday present as well. What did he get? The T60 early series with interior mini art. All right, okay.
Oh, nice.
I remember my mini art 2-part dial. I loved that 2-part dial.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was fun, that was.
That's okay. It's obviously more working on it. It's XV1000 Tamiya. Yeah, so that's more work on that. Because that's the new bike that somebody was on about, the new YZF-R1M.
Yeah, nice looking bike. That's the Tamiya new.
Yeah. Fraser's doing his Space Marines. I think that's me pretty much caught up. Oh, John Barber. Oh, a 124th man.
I think that might be part of the Paul Bretland group build, isn't it? The truck build. I'm sure that's something.
You've got a truck build going on just now. All right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether it's for a charity thing. I don't know the full SP, but pop over to the ISM site and have a look. But yeah, I think it's something that Paul Bretland's organised.
Yeah. I know they run quite a lot of group builds and SIGs and that across there.
Yeah.
Philip Stratofortis. Oh my God. That's going to be a beast. Even if it is 170 second scale. Right, I think I'm just going to do a quick refresh because we went back to, I think, roughly a fortnight ago. Let's see what else has been popped in before we come back off the dungeon.
Yeah, I think Paul just has posted up that acrylic 2-pack or whatever it was that he used.
Oh, the 2K acrylic. Just waiting on that loading. Facebook's been its usual pain in the In the bottom, right, Paul. Okay, right, there you go. It's about £11 on eBay and not a lot of smell. Easy to mix 2 to 1 with a bit of self-leveling, but it is acrylic.
That is unbelievable.
Ultra Clar lacquer, and it does say on there acrylic clear coat, but it looks like it is a 2-part. Yeah. 2 to 1 with a bit of self-leveling thinners. Right, okay.
That's impressive. I'll look out for that. I'll order some in, Terry, and we'll have a play.
Yeah, for it being acrylic. But the interesting thing that you're saying, obviously, you mix it with a bit of self-leveling. I mean, I do that with the Tamiya gloss anyway, if you mix a bit of self-leveling thinner in. But yeah, there must be some sort of lorry build thing going on now. Grant Ash, a new member, started this tonight. This is my first truck, so looking forward to seeing how it turns out. That's a night. Oh, actually a bath. I'd looked at that. That looks like it's going to be a cracking build, mate. Keep us updated on how you get on with that, Grant. I was fancying that myself, actually.
I remember doing quite a few of the Atelieri trucks in the 90s. I'm doing a rework series going back and digging up kits that I built way back when and giving them a modernized makeover using the new techniques that everyone uses now on them.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see.
Well, that's the dungeon for this week. Thanks very much, everybody that contributes to that. It's one of my favourite parts of the show is actually looking at what you guys are doing. If you could just put a little comment under your images just to guide me, because I don't know.
Yeah, make and scale of kit, and obviously what you've used on it. But with the YouTube subs and things like that, there is a thing posted in the dungeon right at the very top. YouTube links. Just go in, edit the document, add your YouTube link, and what we'll do is we'll just go through it and make a point of once a fortnight when we do the dungeon. We'll just read out a couple of the new YouTube channels that have been added and perhaps give you guys out there subs.
I don't know if I could possibly do it live, but maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to.
With your idea is possibly picking a couple off of the list.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. I don't mean read them all out, but, you know.
I mean, actually clicking on their channel. I've never tried sharing that live and actually going through and showing what they've got on their channel.
Do it through Minicam. I'll do that off air, and I put that up in mine. And I'll do a members YouTube or a dungeon YouTube channels, and I'll just have them preloaded as presets.
So you'll do that? Brilliant.
You guys in the chat, get your links up there, and what I'll do is I'll start doing a link to your YouTube channel where we do it as a full screen present. This is, I don't know, Steve at Totally Scale Models. This is his YouTube. Pop him a sub, and this is what he's up to. And
that would be quite good, because that's as well as the dungeon, which is the static photographs, which always show off your work a lot better. Is actually going to look and saying, well, why not sub to this guy? Because this is what he's got on. And folk go, oh,
I'm all for giving back to the community, because without the support from my subscribers and people that are in the chat, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. So the least I can do is promote you guys as best I can. Simple as that. So if it works, it works.
Excuse me. Steve's going up Periscope.
Yeah, okay.
Is he in the bath and he's got his rubber ducks and he's going?
Play on, give us a sub, Terry. Duh.
Oh, I see what he did. I was imagining. Sorry, I had this image in my mind of Steve in the bath with his rubber ducks.
No.
With his Periscope popping out, going.
He's Scottish and he doesn't get out much.
Well, Periscopes only have one eye as well.
Fucking hell. Don't know how to put a top rib back there, mate. But no, I mean, on all seriousness aside, you know, if we can promote your YouTubes, guys, we don't mind.
It's just finding other stuff to bring to use guys that don't get out much, Terry. Haha. I mean, we can talk about a little bit of what we've done, you know, and a bit of banter in the chat and show what's on the dungeon. But you know, it's you guys tune in and watch and chat away to us, and like me and Colin doing our insomnia at the benches, and they're all chatting away whilst we're all at the bench working away. It's brilliant. and it's nice to show you guys stuff as well. I know Colin gets a kick out of it.
Yeah, I do, because I'm lucky in a way, or blessed in a way. I do get some nice feedback, and I always like to try to give something back to people like Davey, who just started his YouTube. I'm a firm believer in encouraging everyone. And come on, mate, let's get some content on there, and let's go through editing with you and get it boosted, because it promotes the hobby. And we all had to start at the beginning and get our own channels up and running. And
I think the hardest bit is getting the grips with the editing software. And once you've got the grip of the basics, it's...
Yeah, I mean, I can sort that side out for Davey. I'll chat with him off air and find out what he's looking at doing and set him up.
Steve seems to think there's something wrong with my underwear. He's going on about clean undercrackers.
Yeah, he's probably...
I'm on day 3 on these ones. They're all right. They're still...
I've just got this, Steve, and it's wrong in so many ways, mate, isn't it?
Walk out my bedroom and you feel something on your head and you think it's spike. Ken, how when you're walking through, like, by your garden shed or whatever, and you feel like cobwebs going across your face? Well, you feel that when you walk out my bedroom, but it's all my underpants stuck to the ceiling, brushing against your head.
There must be a lot. No, don't go there, mate.
Yeah, well, put it this way, I can go a month without having to wash up here.
It is quite scary. So I'm just closing my window, mate. I wasn't about to smack you with that.
Oh, it would be funny. I can remember going to Friday the 13th, part 3 in 3D, and the woman's putting out the washing, and you're sitting there with these funny wee, the red eye and before the Polaroid ones, the red eye and the green eye, and she swings the clothes pole towards you, and you just see everybody get it a bit of that.
Yeah, she gives it that. Yeah. No, this comes in so handy as my window closer for my green screen, for me blind and me lights. Yeah.
Can you imagine as the technology gets better? Obviously, we've got 3D tellies and stuff like that now, and I know it makes some people feel a bit funny, but if YouTube actually went to the stage that you could stream in 3D, wouldn't that be funny? Because then you could take your wee airplanes, go like, and folk would be...
You would mess around with it all day long, wouldn't you? I mean, we'd get no building done because me and you would just be goofing around with a webcam.
Well, yeah.
Give that a bit of that.
I'll be doing lion roars and hat wiggles and
Mind you, if you wanted to do 3D broadcast, you'd have to have a hell of a broadband connection, because it's going to use up a hell of a lot of bandwidth.
But we're going to get to the stage where we've got, like, is it terabyte hard lines and all that? Yeah, is it?
Yeah. I mean, look at hard drive technology, how that's changed. I mean, there's more power in my fucking iPhone than there was in the Apollo spacecraft. Back in NASA. You know what I mean? So it's really quite scary how it's all changed. And I think this is great. This sort of thing for the hobby is brilliant, because we're, especially with our late night insomnias, we've interacted with guys in America, Australia, North America, South America, all over the world, and it's
just people like us sitting in your bedrooms or your man caves, just sticking bits of plastic together. It's good.
Yeah. But I mean, just all throw little ideas at each other, and you think, "Oh, a bloody good idea," And I learn something new every day, and I've been doing this for nearly 40 years.
You're always learning. You get wee ideas.
Every day is a school day.
You was the one who got me into it in a way, because you'd be saying something. I go, "Yeah, just do that," and you go, "What?" And I go,
"Oh, that's his cup of tea ready."
I'd say, "Oh, I thought everyone knew that." "No, what do you mean?" And I'd sit there and demonstrate something. And you go, "Fucking hell, do a tutorial."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "You're right."
Because you're like, "I thought everybody knew that." I went, "No." I've only been back modelling 2 or 3 years, and I mean, when I modelled before that, it was the tubes of Humbrol glue and the wee tubs of Humbrol paint. You brush painted everything, and there was no weathering and
squeezy chews of Humbrol into the snot, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Decal wrapping, that was the one that got you, wasn't it? I'm making your own decals.
Yeah, I knew roughly about it, but I didn't know anybody that did it. And you were just like, "Oh yeah, I'll wrap this van in it." I'm like, "Really?"
Yeah, so do your tutorial, Terry. I'll show you how to do it, mate. He's like, "Hey." So I've got I've got an old transit van here that I'm going to build. I'll just wrap it. And he was like, hey.
And then I went, well, see, when you're wrapping it, why don't you do you inside the? Oh, no, you came up with it, you inside the transit, building the transit sort of thing.
Yeah, that was it. We just decided what scratch build, wasn't it? Whilst we was on an hangout one night, and it was do a spray booth. Okay, there's a spray booth. What about an airbrush? And then it was the airbrush cleaner, wasn't it? The coily hose.
The pipe coming off it,
and I even built Ted's paint rack with the bottle with a red lid in it.
And you even did the wee holder on the end of the unit near the side door where you open it up with your kitchen roll on and all that. And
yeah. Got the hobby zone cabinets in it, the sliding drawers, snap-on torches. Yeah.
Your fluorescent light going along the top and all that. That's just
got the daylight as well that spins out and lowers in front of the bench with an LED in it.
Clever stuff. Absolutely. But I mean, you can, I suppose, in a way that this whole thing. I mean, we've dragged Davey UK kicking and screaming into the sort of hangout scene, and you quite enjoy it as well, don't you?
I do. I didn't think I would enjoy it, and when I was at the stage of thinking about getting all the cameras, the microphones, and everything else that goes with it, I was thinking, am I going to use this? And I thought, I don't know, and I thought, oh well, if I don't try it, I'm never going to know. So I thought, I'm in. And ever since then, as soon as Terry sends me over a link for a live or a hangout, I'm in.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of an expense to set up initially, the time you get your camera and like booms and stuff to mount them on. But
yeah, I mean, for me, I think I've said this before on the insomnias. I won't name the person, but someone's recently been diagnosed with a long-term illness like my situation. And I said, you'll get to the point where what we're doing here is your only contact with the outside world, and that's when it becomes lifelong. And that's what it is for me, because I'm a housebound now. This for me is my way of interacting with people. I've never physically met Terry, but I feel I've known him all my life. Same as Davey and that. You interact with the people and you get to meet the faces, and it's like you're sat in a room with them. But me and Terry have never physically met. But
it's like all the folk in the chat. I know the way I liken it to, I mean, like a Saturday night, if the chat's bouncing and all that, it's like a lot of guys doing the pub just having a laugh, occasionally talking about modelling and sometimes like Sally James or
because I often get asked about like going to Telford and things like that. Yeah, I'd love to go, but for me to travel is quite a monumental ball ache for those that are taking me anywhere. So yeah, whereas interacting like this for me is just as good as meeting guys at a stall at Telford, because that's the nearest you can get to it, which is why I have this build philosophy and thing of wanting to give something back to the community that gives to me, So.
Steve's saying in the chat there, every day is a school day. Just in case you've happened across the channel by accident and wondering what's going on, we're just a few guys that like to make models at the bench, and we hold regular sort of live streams and insomnia lives and that. If you're in the YouTube, do click the button on the bottom. It brings you right into the YouTube page, and you can interact with us in the live chat, because we kind of depend on the guys in the chat bouncing and talking to us and that. If it goes a bit quiet, are we going to... If it tails off and goes a bit quiet, because obviously we've talked about what we've been doing and done the dungeon and that, will we close off the live and possibly do it on Insomnia later, or how do you want to work it?
I mean, I don't mind.
Well, we've got 22 people in at the moment, which is good.
We're dodging away. It's good having the people in, but you've got to talk to us. You must talk to the people.
Yeah. Please don't be shy. We won't bite, honestly.
What you got on your benches? Are you going for the e-models builder? Are you thinking of that type of thing? All topics of conversation, isn't it?
Well, I mean, even that alarm that went off a wee minute ago, Davey, when he's making a cup of tea, he sets an alarm for, 14 minutes, Davey, so you get the right consistency of brew.
15 minutes, and then I put a dribble of milk in, and then I've now taken a leaf out of Colin's book. I don't take the tea bag out. I leave the tea bag in, so it stews all the way down the mug.
Whilst I think of it, on a serious note, big shout out Mama Fox, good luck for Monday.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. She's got to be.
Fox yourself. Take care. Look after Mum.
Yes.
Look after yourself. And if you need anything from any of us, message us. Props, mate. See you back soon.
Yeah. All the very best.
Yeah.
And fingers crossed for a successful outcome.
Yeah, on Monday. Yeah.
Thinking of your mum. Take care, darling.
Yeah. All right, enough. Because he has posted up about it, so it's not like we're revealing anything. But
so we're all to behave and be on our best behaviour whilst Fox is away.
Yeah. Like that's going to happen.
Us be on good behaviour.
Yeah.
I have you know, I'm very capable of mixing well with others.
Yeah. Talking about mixing, when we were talking about Davy's cup of tea there before you went on to Fox's mum thing, it cut from him talking about his tea and leaving the tea bag in to this really gunky mug that he's got a spinner in, and I thought, please don't tell me that's your teacup.
That's the teacup.
With your tar, yeah.
And that's a pot of paint.
No, the other one that you had on your desk a minute ago.
Yeah, this one.
No, the big plastic one that you spun off your...
Oh, this one.
Yeah, you talked about leaving your tea in the bottom of the cup, and then that came out, and I went, what the...
Oh, no, this is the thing that I spin the paint stirrer thing in so that it doesn't go everywhere.
Oh, right, okay.
And every now and again, when I'm feeling like a child, I will pick it all off and throw it away and start again. It's literally just an old cotton bud pot.
Oh, because he's got one of these Badger stirrers, Colin, for stirring his paint.
Oh, right. I'm
one of these.
What are you on about?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, why?
Because he was talking about his cup of tea and leaving the tea bag in, and then when it cut back to him and he spoke again, there was this beaker on the bench. It was full of crud. Colin's going to bring out his, here we go, Smoo Industries plug. Smoo Industries paint shaker. There you go.
Absolutely.
That's probably that's probably cheaper than what one of those Badger stirrers is, isn't it?
That actually was about 5 or 6 quid that cost.
Yeah, that's cheaper because they Badger stirrers are about 10 or 12 quid or something like that.
Yeah.
Paul,
it's a bit noisier, but
it's noisier than your spray booth, which is quite funny because when we're doing insomnias, Colin could be like spraying away, no bother, and he puts his paint shaker on, and all the shells are rattling.
Or I can use this.
Yeah, I didn't do no spraying on air on a live because I didn't want it to interrupt anyone. And then I said to Terry one night, I'm going to test it, see how loud it was. And I'm sat there spraying away, and him and was it you, Davey?
Yeah, I was in. I couldn't hear anything.
Fuck me, that's quiet. And I was like, oh, happy days.
Yeah, that means you can just get battered on. Paul Sharpman says, I'm going to say good night. Great show again. Thanks for popping in, Paul.
See you later, Paul.
See you later, Paul. Take it easy.
Take care, the pair of you.
Steve, the Totally Scale Model, says, apart from every day's a school day, he's currently working on a 1965 1/16 scale Mustang. That's a correct. I think we've seen that one, Colin, haven't we? It's a big,
nice,
big old beastie of a car.
Yeah, the 1/16 scale I've got is the Samba bus, which is gonna utilise a smartphone in the build.
Don't leave me and Colin alone late at night going, what we're going to do with this.
It kind of degenerated, didn't it?
And it's super fandango wheels, and why not put a space shuttle on top of it? And
it's gonna get slammed to the ground, and
because you were puzzling over it, and then you went, Mickle Pickle is going, is Fox our responsible adult? I know Colin's my responsible adult. So
compared to me and him when we get together on one of our late night insomnias, Fox comes in the morning and tells us both off for being naughty children, and we have to play nice when Daddy's around.
Road Hobby Corner's in. He's going, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Road Hobby Corner.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
And Steve's saying it's not the D'Agostino one, Terry. Yeah, it's the big plastic one.
Yeah, the Diago was, is it 1/6 or 1/8 scale?
Oh, it was a beaut, the big D'Agostino one that Steve done. Yeah, I like that.
Beautiful. That was the Shelby. Was it the Shelby GT 500? I think it was, wasn't it?
I think you'll know more about American cars than me, but I think it was something like that. Yeah, I'm sure he'll tell us.
I often get asked if I won the lottery what car I'd buy, and it would be the Shelby GT 500.
1960 or 1950s or?
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, Steve's going it as that one. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you can keep your Lamborghinis and all of that. It's a lot.
I'd like one of those big monster trucks. You wouldn't have any problem parking, would you? You'd just be like going along the curb going.
I would have the Mustang as my Blokies, and then my let's piss off the neighbours and the local community would be a private original Humvee.
Oh, ex-US military Humvee.
Yeah, the ex-US military, the fucking big.
None of these spinners and crap. The proper military bulletproof wheels.
Namby-pamby wannabe gangster shit. It would be an ex-US military dusty fucking old camo or whatever colour.
M50 on it.
I was going to say, is it going to have an M50 on it?
Yeah, and I would just guzzle it around the town centre just to piss off all the wannabe fucking climate people.
3 miles a gallon. So would you have your own sort of articulated connection on the back to carry a petrol tanker with you?
Yeah, I would just sit there letting all my fumes fill their lungs up with shite.
Because you get the rev and it's overfueling, all the black smoke comes out the back. Mickle Pickle says his would be an 87 Buick Grand National. Now that sounds lovely, but I have no idea what that looks like.
Nice. Good shout.
I think I would be going down the Aston Martin route.
DB9?
No, I would be going for the V8 Vantage.
Ooh.
The old style with the square headlights.
The
one that JC did on Top Gear, and he said that it was poetic violence.
Yeah.
And that if you danced on the on the pedals, she would lift her petticoats and become a go-go girl.
That's quite descriptive.
That's the one that I would have.
I would want Chitty Chitty Bang Bang because I like the whole idea of flying, and if you're shit at flying, it turns into a boat anyway.
Now, see, you've got us on a good debate now. Then, superhero.
Right.
Superhero, would you have a cape or a mask?
Cape.
And
I wouldn't have any tights.
And what would your superpower be?
Invisibility, obviously.
Oh, well, that goes without question for you, Terry, doesn't it? Shitty bang bang, says Steve.
Oh, dear. DB5, that's the James Bond one, wasn't it?
James Bond one, yeah, DB5. Good shout.
I actually saw one of those on the road a few years ago, and it looked absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
did they not do one?
Come out with a good one there, a 1938 Phantom Corsair.
I've no idea what that looks like, but I think Steve's goes, I'm invisible anyway. Yeah.
Next him.
Yeah, you stand sideways next to a lamppost, mate, and nobody can see you. Aye. I'm the same.
Yeah, I hiding behind a lamppost once, and my missus just stood there and went, fucking stupid, mate. Nothing to do, is there, really, when they do that to you?
I'm sure
nice.
I'm sure the DB5 I've seen on one of the motoring programs was I don't know if it's a replica or one that had been upgraded. Oh, it was sweet.
Yeah,
really was sweet.
Your summer convertible would be an original Shelby Cobra, wouldn't it?
I don't know. Some of the old Mercs, the really, really old Mercs.
I want the one with the gull wing. Oops, what was that?
Oh, the 300 SL, is it?
300 SL. With a V8 in it.
Ooh.
Just
Steve's saying you can get a replica DB5 now, which is built on an Honda S2000 chassis. Wow.
Oh, I mind the S2000, yeah.
They did an E-Type not long ago, didn't they? Which was an E-Type body shell, but underneath was like a modern take of was it a Jag with all of the ABS and all that?
Is that not the one where they take the E-Type, which are probably like £1 million car, and then you pay another £500,000 and they upgrade it all?
That's it. Yeah, they had it featured on Top Gear, didn't they?
That's right.
Like unbelievable craftsmanship, you know, because you would think that you was in an original E-Type, but it had all the modern technologies and safety equipment and
ABS and traction control and
if I was going for a coupe, it would be the E-Type V12, but it would have to have the upgrades because drum brakes and something like that.
no.
But that's the fun of it, Terry.
Although
you don't need brakes anyway; they just slow you down.
At least you know that your arsehole's still working. Because when you apply them drum brakes, you will be puckered. Yeah, that's the one.
The other one that I would really like is an Escort Mark 1 1600 or 1800 Mexico.
Oh, yeah, the one with the big cow grate on the front.
Yes.
With or without the box arch kit on it, the rally kit on it.
Oh, I don't have to go to rally kit.
Well, it was more rounded on the Mark 1 when it was the Mark 2 that had the box kit on it, the old
yeah.
and things like that, wasn't it? You know?
Yeah, I've got the two. I've got two bell kits of the Mark 1 that I've still to do.
Do you remember
I've got it.
that they shoved on the Capri back in the day?
What was that called?
Oh, yeah.
On the Zack Speed Capris, do you remember them with the big old box?
Oh God, yeah, I built a Zack Speed Capri for the Tamiya ones.
Yeah.
Was that a nice kit? David, was it a nice kit?
It wasn't bad actually.
Michael
It wasn't
Pickles.
bad. There's back then there was two. There was the Zack Speed that had the light blue and the slightly darker blue decal work on it, and then there was an orange and red one. And within the orange and red one, you got all the motor battery stuff to put in the back of it.
That's right, because it had the drivable rear-wheel drive unit and all of that lot, wasn't it?
Yeah. I've got one up in the stash.
I remember back in the 80s when they were doing away with the Capri, at the end of the run, they always done like a super gear version and all the rest of it. And my mate actually bought one and it had the dark blue in the top and the sort of like a bluey silver underneath, and it was a V6. 2.8
gear injection, mate.
Yeah, that was the Tickford Capri, wasn't it?
It was lovely. Just had a nice roar about it. It was good.
Yeah, and the 2.8 injection engine, I think it had in it at some point.
Yeah, it did, mate. Yeah.
Michael Pickles going a 66 Chevy Nova.
Oh, good shit.
See, they're talking about, this is what I like about Americans. I've got some really, really nice cars right for the 40s up to about 60s, early 70s that look really cool, but we didn't really get a lot of those kits coming into the UK.
Yeah, Dodge Chargers.
Fraser Green was saying about the superpowers, he would have a mask and infinite money power.
Oh, good shit.
That's a good one. Aye.
I would have, my superpower would be the ability to read everybody's minds.
Nah, mine would be the ability to walk through walls.
So you didn't hurt yourself anymore?
Yeah, it'd have to be a mask because I wouldn't want them to see me face when I walk through the wall into the safe, into the vault.
I was just thinking about Fraser Green's one. Yeah, having the mask and the infinite money, isn't that really like a bank robber?
Yeah. Would the mask be one of the wife's pair of tights or something?
Just brings out that how can I say?
The tights over the head and the nose going like that. Ah, Gav, give me your money.
I look like that without the fucking stocking. I'm the only bloke who could put a stocking mask on and look the same.
Well, you've got a bit of suntan, Cole.
Yeah. Take the shine off your head.
Yeah. I imagine it. I'd walk in the back and go, "Hello, Cole. You all right, mate? You're in early." So fuck, man, got me disguise on. Don't work, mate.
Roddy Hobby Corner says everything's okay over here. He's working on his Mark 5, almost done. Mark 5.
Mark 5 what?
Tank. See, they assume we know stuff about modelling.
We don't.
No. Yeah.
For all I know, it could be a Mark 5 Cortina he's building. I don't know.
Mark 5 Spitfire. Mark 5.
Roddy Hobby Corner's also saying, for him, car-wise, something simple, a 1971 VW Beetle.
Good shout.
Yeah.
But would you get the Porsche engine in the back?
Yeah, you'd have to slap a Porsche engine.
Mm.
Mind you, I would do that in a Samba bus just to piss off the bus owners community because they like everything to be as it was from the factory.
Mm.
Yeah, but surely one came out the factory as a demo of a possibility that it could be done.
Yeah, I would just say it's the concept car.
Michael Pickles saying a Road Hobby Corner, the VW bus with all the windows. That's actually a Samba bus, which Scotland's got
yeah,
116.
Samba bus, yeah, the 22 window, yeah. How sad am I for knowing that?
Oh, not the bus. It's just the actual. All right, okay. The bus with the windows. It's a Samba bus. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
We seem to have a hello. Our Belgian contingent's in. How you doing?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I was just turning on my my other screen. What? I've literally just come in and just turned on my sound. So
I thought someone said Vincent had come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, mate.
Hello, Vincent.
Hello.
I may or may not have clicked. Oh, all right. Steve's going, hey, princess. I take it that's to Vincent. Steve's going splitting with a Porsche engine. Yeah. Oh, Hufflepuff. Well, it's getting a bit windy in here, Cole.
Close your windows then.
What was that, Cole? You've missed a bit when you're shaving, mate.
Oh, shit, I just ran out of my toe again.
Oh, no. Masking tape?
Oh, no, it wasn't that one. This was the other foot. Now the other foot is, yeah. It's like that photograph I sent you, Terry.
Oh, dear, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't publish that one, please.
It's definitely redneck engineering casualty department stuff.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have been good at, would I, as a first aider, mate?
Steve's asking, Vince, how's your flies?
Oh, yeah.
Vince has got himself an ant farm. Well, you did have flies, but you stuck them in the freezer. I take it they're dead then.
Well, yeah, the fruit flies tend to die in the freezer, yes.
He shoots, he scores.
It was Steve who asked the question.
I mean,
Steve asked, how are your flies? I don't know if he was asking, maybe something's
You're calling it already, are you, Vincent?
no, not yet.
No, there's still time in there.
Bit early for that kind of nonsense, is it not?
No, but on the ant news, I redecorated their playground, so to speak, because I've explained that to you earlier. They got the little clear box, right? That is basically where they get fed and where they roam around looking for food and water. I put a nice bit of soil in that, so they've got something to dig and explore. And
would that be mag soil or would it be Russian earth?
Funny man. It is German soil though, so.
Have any of their babies or pupae larvae or hatched or whatever it is ants do?
I'm too scared to watch because it's a species of which the queen gets easily stressed, and they're especially sensitive to vibrations because these are harvester ants, right? So they eat seeds, and they store the seeds in underground rooms. So vibrations for them is bad news.
Got by an harvester, yeah.
Because they're like, oh my god, our storerooms might collapse, so they start panicking. Which is why I tend to leave them alone.
Bobbington's away. Good night, all. See you later.
No.
Steve says he's not got a fucking clue.
That's being honest, isn't it?
No.
And Steve's going, you're a paint marks and fly spray princess. Oh yeah, the
Oh right, yeah, that wasn't that was a big shield bug because
it was really big. It was almost as big as a spider that crawled up my arm.
No, about 2 inches long, which is pretty fucking big once they get their wing out. It is though.
I'm not taking cakes out.
There you know.
Don't choke on them, will you?
Not bad, man.
Hey, they were in the news earlier this week apparently because of the
your ants?
No, the shield bugs because of the really long summer and the really warm summer, they've become a plague.
Okay. David, did you just fall off your seat?
Nah, I just dropped something on the floor.
Right, okay. So you've got a plague of shield bugs.
In Belgium, yeah, because of the hot weather.
Oh, can't be having that then. Can't be having it going a bit.
Especially bad in the countryside, apparently.
But the thing is, you're not allowed to spray your fly spray anymore in your room because of your ants, because insecticide.
No, I didn't. And I had one like yesterday. I had one in my room, and I had to smack it dead with my shoe, of course. But I had to run
your hand.
No, what?
Use your hand.
It's that big. They stink when you smash them.
It can't be any worse than my under. I'll send you a few pairs of my underpants. You can swat at them with them. You can use chemical warfare on it.
Mate, that's what the bug spray is made out of.
Still, at least your ants would have something to dig in.
Fertilise the soil, that would.
Yeah.
Then sterilise it, more like.
We're an informative channel because all of this is model related. It's diorama material at the end of the day.
Oh, but he's building a habitat for ants.
And that's what Davey modelled his bricks on.
Right.
Right, I don't quite get that.
I'll discuss that's what I did with them today.
And just so you remembered what they were, you stuck a label saying ants on it.
What?
Just so you remembered what they were, you've put a label saying ants on them.
It's the brand that does the terrariums.
That soil looks a bit light. You sure that's German soil?
Yeah, it's a sand and lime mixture.
So, how many? What's your population up to? Because you said you got like 20 workers and one queen.
It's more like 10 workers.
Oh, 10.
Something, Vincent, as a bit of decoration for that. We'll have to send Smoo's 2-part diorama. I think you could put it in the ant thing. That would be fun.
Let them all climb across it and that. Oh, that'll be funny.
Oh, mate.
I'll let you read this one out because I'm not getting called a heathen.
It would be easy for you to reassemble, mate. Well, a lot easier than it was for Terry.
Now, children.
And so it starts.
Can you read Steve's next comment out? Because I don't want to get called a heathen.
Is one called Adam.
Yeah. So, what have you been doing? You can't go near them because of vibrations. So, do they just sit there with a cover over them and you're like, I know they're there?
Well, the test tube, because it's a small colony, so they still live in the test tube that they were transported in.
Can you not set up like an ant webcam and stream live?
I guess I could do, but I would need to get some red foil to tape around the test tube, because ants can't see red light, so they'd think it's dark if you put red foil around it.
All right,
instead of covering it with brown paper like I now did, so no light can get through, I would take the brown paper away and put a wrapping of red foil around it, clear red foil.
So apart from the time that you're checking on their progress, I take it you put all your lights off and you lift the cover off so it's kind of like dim. They're covered up to simulate being under the ground?
No, the outworld can be, the outside box basically, which is their
Coming into the daylight.
outside world. That gets kept clear, but where they live, that gets kept in the dark. Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah, there's one called Adam. Trust you, Steve. Yeah. So what, apart from making your what's the proper name for an ant?
Can't you just give it a coat of X27 clear red?
That's what I've been thinking of doing with one of my spare tubes.
To be honest with you, a bit of the old Tamiya. I'm just sitting here looking at it because I did my rear lenses for my motorcycle lights in it, and it came out.
Yeah, surely, if you put several fine coats over it, so that it dims it down, it should work.
Is that just a block of infrared then?
Yeah, because they can't see the red spectrum at all.
Right.
Yeah. I'll be tempted.
Wonder how they found that out. Did somebody climb into an ant's head and went, I can't see red?
I'm guessing they monitored their behavior in different light spectrums.
Yeah, different coloured cards and all that. They kept walking into the ones that were red, but they would need Collins walking.
That seems like likely. Yeah, that they've basically shown light.
Don't get any ants in the red light district, Terry.
Yeah, just crabs. Oops. Yeah, moving on. Vincent, you've just joined in now. There was a question from one of our viewers saying, if you had a superpower, what would it be, and would you wear a mask or a cape?
Fuck me, would be. If I have
to put you on the spot, yeah, your superpower, and would you wear a mask or a cape?
I could make it easy and say Ant-Man. I'd be like Ant-Man.
Good shout.
So what's Ant-Man's superpower?
He wears a suit that can shrink him down to ant size, but also makes him very, very powerful.
But it keeps bumping into red walls.
Well, basically, he's like an ant. He's really, really strong for his size.
It's like
what's it? Sorry, Cole.
It's like if you was in a cowboy western film, would you want to play a white hat or a black hat?
Was the black hats not like the Mexicans and the white hats was the other one?
No, white hat was a good guy. Black hat was a bad guy.
Yeah.
The clues in the hat colour.
Yeah, but the white hat always got the pretty girl, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Why is Steve going on with this paint mask princess thing?
He must find it really funny that I tried to kill it. The thing is, Steve, if you smash him, the one I smashed yesterday, I had to rush down the stairs because I was already smelling up the entire corridor outside my room.
Is that the ones that they call stink bugs?
He's referring to the picture I put up on the boom hut of Vincent in his
respirator
mask.
The smaller ones are called stink bugs, but they all have an aniseed smell to them.
Aniseed smell?
Yeah.
So is that what they crush up and they make, what do you call it, that aniseed drink out of?
No, that's not what makes Ricard, heathen. Do not mock my favourite summertime drink.
Yeah, Steve was pissing himself when he seen that photo going up, but so were we.
It was
thinking of Pernod.
Pernod, that's it. Yeah.
Well, Ricard and Pernod in it, both. Yeah.
No idea, mate. I just remember.
I remember once I was at
Ricard is the one with the little sun in it in their emblem, the little round yellow circle with Ricard on it, and then Pernod is their main competitor.
I remember when I was an apprentice mechanic, we went to a works night out, and the young laddie that was in the parts department was drinking Pernod and black currant all night, and he had like a white shirt on and like light sort of cream.
Yeah, when I used to drink, it was Jack Daniels with Sambuca chasers.
So you know if you're feeling a bit sick, you'll maybe go to the bathroom and you'll talk to Hughie and Ralph on the big white telephone.
Yeah.
He sat down and just was sick all down the front of him.
Lovely.
Pernod, and yeah, it was a bit of a mess.
My mate was walking home next to us one night. We'd had a big session, and he had this inane ability where he just was walking along and puked up and carried on going without so much as missing a step or anything.
Talking about French drinks, you ever had cassis?
Creme de cassis.
Yeah, creme de cassis. Well, cassis, creme de cassis. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's basically the north. In the south, you would drink Pernod or Ricard, which is the aniseed-based drink. In the north, you would drink Cassis.
Yeah,
That's aperitif or digestif, yeah.
when I worked with Peter Dominic, I got to try quite a lot of interesting liqueurs and spirits and wines. And that.
Blast from the past. Fuck it.
It's, well, yeah, well, when I got the injury to my arm, I couldn't actually work as a mechanic for about a year till it healed up. So I got a job in Peter Dominic's, and it was all right. But you could smell all the what I call jakies.
Anyway, if you want to know what I was up to aside from tending my ant farm, I was assembling.
Fucking glad you held that up then. Because no.
Yeah, because it's smooth.
Yeah, basically started on this guy.
Your Age of Sigmar stuff.
Yeah.
Lord Aquilor.
I actually got the mid-size starter box earlier this week, as you guys know, because I'm actually thinking of playing.
Oh.
Because it's something that Dungeons and Dragons already did as well, which is like to get the community playing and to get people together to play, right? They have this campaign thing going on. And basically what Games Workshop now has something similar going on, in which the participating shop gets gets models that they can give away to people who enter the campaign.
See, the thing is, I was thinking about, like, it's a shame that you're on Sigmar and Fox is on Warhammer 40k, because you could have had a big battle, but you can't because you're Sigmar.
Oh yeah, Sigmar just gels with me more because it's always been like I really, really, really enjoyed the Total War games that came out. Like the first one came out 4 or 5 years ago. Second one came out 2 years ago, something like that. But I enjoyed them so much, and I got caught up in the lore of the whole Age of Sigmar, and yeah.
I do think a lot of the Sigmar stuff that Games Workshop does is cool because I like all the beasts, like the dragon.
Yeah, it's got a very epic fantasy feel to it, and you know, being a major Lord of the Rings buff and whatnot, it really gels with me.
You buff rings.
Separation in it, Cole.
Yeah, you know you want to.
Heathen.
Yeah, I got a heathen out of Vince. Yeah, my night's made. So out for a lovely meal with your good lady tonight?
No, she was out for dinner with her because her grandmother had a new knee placed.
All right, on you.
Yeah. And that was like 10 days ago or so that she got out of the hospital. And as of yesterday, she's able to walk unassisted for brief spells, or walk just with, and for the longer spells, walk just with the one crutch on the bad knee side. So they figured, well, to celebrate, go out for dinner now that I can again.
Oh, that's nice.
And when she got home, I basically popped in to say hello.
Well, hello. Mm.
Hello.
Does she know about your ant farm thing?
Yeah, she does.
And what did she think about it?
Her reaction was, why? I'm like, I don't know. Because I can, I guess.
So she wasn't being antagonistic or anything about it?
Oh, God.
She didn't get antsy?
No, but...
Or anti.
It's the only thing I'm going to mention about those things anymore, but I got, for when they get, to be a decent size.
Oh, that's 3D thing.
Yeah, I got an ant farm, a proper formicarium.
What's it called?
Formicarium.
All right, okay, yeah.
So this has got red foil across it,
with
scratch-free plastic. This is entirely 3D printed.
You could have got Chris to make that for you.
I don't know if Chris's printer does stuff like that, but they must use professional printers because basically you order it, they print it on order. So they must have Shapeway type printers, the biggest.
IV reactive.
Yeah.
Resin stuff.
You can actually.
So is that the poop tray, that bit that you're taking out the bottom?
No, this is where you would. I've got perlite filling to put in here. This is where you put water in. That then moistens the nest because it's meant to create underground.
Oh yeah, can't beat a wet nest.
Don't know if it comes across, but you can really tell that it's 3D printed. That's the print.
I have it spoons it. You do that, and we'll get a machine going. Colin, get the guitar out.
No, but I mean, I saw that I recognized the 3D print lines immediately on it. It's like, fun.
But that was like MC Vince on the Ant Machine. Colin's just looking at me going,
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm just ignoring
so is it an expensive hobby?
Not really.
And it's a bit quiet. I'm just trying to see if I could hear the ants talking in the background because it's Saturday night. They might be having a wee party themselves. Do you think they'll be dancing to ant music and that?
I knew that was coming.
But in other news,
Oh. What have you got? What have you got?
He's had an enterprising day.
I see what you did there.
I got you've got the one from the new movies, Terry,
Mm-hmm.
from the Kelvin timeline,
Mm-hmm.
and I got the same. Well, it's the same tool. Well, not same tool, but the new tool, Classic Enterprise that they brought out at the same time.
That looks quite a small kit. Oh no, it's quite a thick box, right enough. All right.
It's pretty.
What's that? 1,650 or something? Is it?
1,600, 1,650 is the one I was planning on doing, but
Looks a nice deep box, that.
I wonder if it's damp in the bottom.
no, I had a damn box today, mate. It's fine.
Steve's saying that's the wrong one that you've got.
Well, no, it's a pretty good tool.
Is that a deep dish out the deep box?
Jesus Christ, Eddie.
Had a nice tidy pair of flaps on that box, wasn't it?
You can see where this is going.
The cool thing about this kit is, I've shown this to Colin as well, is the way they do the windows on this. All the windows on it are done like this. You know, if it comes across.
Oh, it's all got clear parts in it.
Yeah, clear parts that have the windows on them are raised pieces on the clear parts, right? So they slot in from behind.
Yeah, Steve's saying that's the wrong one. I thought you was doing the Voyager, Vincent.
I got both actually. But I got started on the AMT one, on the 650 one that Terry was referencing.
It'll be interesting.
I then, as you guys know, I ordered clear parts from the United States, which cost me about $12 and then another $12 in shipping, and they never arrived.
Oh.
And I saw that my locals had that, because at the time when I was grabbing the Voyager, I was planning on getting that one as well, but they only had the AMT one in stock, so I grabbed the AMT one.
Why don't you just use some of the clear acetate from an A4 ring binder pocket? You know, the clear pockets.
Yeah. What I've been thinking is, I don't know if it would be doable, but trying to cast it in Oyomaru, in blue stuff.
Steve's saying he's built that kit, Vince, and you put a light kit in it.
Yeah, I've got LEDs lying around. I mean, I've done Yamato. I'm pretty sure I can handle.
See on that one how you're on about it's obviously like the clear parts have got the wee raised windows that are hopefully going to line up with the slots. Do you think there'll be much fettling on it?
No, I've read reviews of it, and it's apparently one of Ravel's finest. That one.
Oh, so you won't have no difficulty of sliding it in the slot then.
You put some hair in it, it'll go in easier.
God, fuck me, Smoo. It's not 1974, mate.
What's that?
Yeah, but you can actually see. I mentioned that to Colin as well. I'm just going to grab the.
That'd be a good growler, Cole.
Yeah, I haven't heard it.
You actually can tell that they really had lighting this kit up in mind, because if you look at the nacelles, and just
Steve's saying that his windows lined up okay, so there you go.
Where is it? There you go.
Isn't it quite funny that Vincent comes in, we're actually talking about model making stuff on the modelling show.
We've been remarkably good, aren't we?
But this is where you really see that they've thought about people lighting up this kit, because this is a clear, solid piece of styrene, just a circle that goes behind. This is a clear part, and then this other clear part goes on top of that clear part, right? But this is just a disc that you can then drill holes in and mount the LEDs on. Yeah. It's like I was really pleasantly surprised by that, because it saves you cutting out a perfect circle in styrene, which isn't easy.
I like how you used your cigarette as a pointing stick on the diagram there.
Oh well, yeah. It's past 10 o'clock. You know, we're not doing anything official or monetized or sponsored or.
I'm never going to get monetization. I mean, if Colin goes, "Oh, we're on your channel, eh? Fuck, bugger, wank." Yep.
I've been really good tonight. But we are on your channel, aren't we? So fucking bugger and shit and piss and cock.
That's awfully good to me.
Yeah.
So
you can do the same on mine, because I'm never hit 1,000 subs anyway. We know that.
I wouldn't do that on yours anyway. But with that, yeah, I have actually all been very well behaved. I think that's because Davey's sitting there nice and quietly, behaving himself like a gentleman.
Are you talking about the same bloke?
Aye, you, the old man.
No. I've just been playing with me bricks.
Is that what we're calling it now?
You got the same underpant problem as me?
No, I changed mine after a week.
All right, okay. Yeah, that's all right. That's not so bad. Actually, a week. I only get 4 days out of mine. How did you manage to get a week?
Well, I turn them inside out and I flick them around and scrape them on the wall. And
oh, you scrape them on the wall? See, I do the ceiling thing, because then
I just wipe my ass. It's easier.
And
what did he say? I wipe my ass with what?
And I'll flick all the spunk bubbles out the window.
Oh, that was.
Oh God, Davey's going down mad right now. Yeah. See, I find if mine stick to the ceiling, that whatever was sticky gets left on the ceiling, and it self cleans when you pull them down.
Oh God.
What's wrong, Vince? At least did they mention I was flicking spunk bubbles anyway? That was Davey.
Vince is going to throw up in a minute.
Yeah, we're all heathens and uncouth and unclean.
Oh, that you were uncouth and unclean. That I already knew.
They're too bleeding clean in Belgium.
Yeah, we have this thing called a bath, which is it's very weird. The English basically invented taking a bath, and then you completely forgot about it for the last 2 millennia.
Oh. That was a dig at us in the UK here, folks. Are we going to stand for that? Yeah, well, actually, we'll all stand, because most of us take a shower in the bath, which is a bit unusual. Yeah, so chat's went a bit quiet.
Well, taking a shower in the bath isn't unheard of over here as well. It depends on how big your house is and how big your bathroom can be.
Well, my bath's only a half size. When I sit in it, and it's like my knees are up at my chin. So yeah.
Yeah, we've got in my place we've got a family-sized bath.
I miss that. I do like a good bubble bath, especially when like.
Oh, what, wallowing in your own dirt, you filthy git.
It's like a corner, right? One end of it is a corner, and then it's an arc.
Oh yeah.
Where the 2 people sit, and then in the corner there's a raised bench for when you're taking your child into a bath and you're bathing him and whatnot.
A decent sized one then.
Yeah.
I mean, people used to always say, like, a bath, you're sitting in your own dirt and a shower's much cleaner. But see if you've got any muscular aches or pains and you're lying in a nice hot Radox bath or something like that, it alleviates pains and stuff. Showers are all right for a quick.
What I found with lower back issues, the fact that you are in the water, taking all that weight off your lower back and just like sort of semi-floating there.
Colin, did you not say one time you used to do the hydrotherapy thing and you quite like that?
Hydrotherapy, yeah. I have a sit-in shower. I don't have a bath as such. I have a sit-in shower because I can't get low enough. And if I was to lay and then obviously go under the water, I can't get myself back up, so I'd drown. So.
You would need to get one of those special baths that you can actually enter from the side that has a door in it.
Yeah, you can get them with the door, and that's what the shower's got me.
Steve's saying he blows big bubbles in his bath, but I bet it's not with his mouth in a straw.
No.
Yeah.
One of those Hufflepuff bubbles that I've allegedly done, though.
Yeah, that sounds like that's coming out the exit tube.
Well, this might be a question for Vince, actually. Anyone know any World War I artillery or ammo that is not resin and costs less than £2 million to go with the Rodin 135th Holt 75 artillery tractor?
What size ammo are we looking at? Because
I think 75 would be the clue, 75 mil for a 135th.
75 mil. Because yeah, 75 mil. You could actually go look at Aber, who do the barrels as well. Aber and what's the other one again? Aber and RB models.
You got shells for your pack guns, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I've got 75 millimeter back shells that, and you could probably find a shell, while not the completely correct shell for that gun, it would look fine in a diorama, if you know what I mean, because you're not going to look like, is that right?
Yeah, he's saying his granddad drove one in World War One, and he wants to do.
Yeah, basically get brass turned shells, mate.
Do you want to hold
Is
it
that
up?
Aber? ABER, Vince, is it? Aber?
Yeah.
Like you actually get the explosive head. If it's a gun that fires different types of.
You had it up to this camera, mate, because your overhead's no on.
Yeah, right. Is it not on? Let me turn that on then. Don't I feel silly?
We could have left you doing it for a while longer, but we thought,
Yeah,
because you'll just give us that look and tell us off again.
of course, heathens and stuff.
Oh yeah, well, it seems likely. Yeah. Is it on? Yeah. Just a sec. I need to close it down because because it runs over Wi-Fi every now and again.
It loses.
Manicam doesn't really like IP webcams, basically.
All right, okay.
Be right back.
Well, hold on, wait. Now, Johnny Blythe's saying the 75 is not the diameter. I'm looking at something
8.9
like 8.5 to 9 inch width. Yeah.
I'll first show you what I'm on about product-wise, and then I'm gonna let these guys do their talky thing, and I'm gonna figure something out on the interwebs. Let's see, come on.
The talky thing, is that like using your face to orate sounds?
Yeah, I think that's the way he's going.
Seemingly the tractor pulled, he said, pulled, all sorts of stuff. It'd be a bit like the I've got a wee 135th Beaufort's gun and tractor. It's like a wee truck that pulls all the artillery about. And,
Yeah, tractor unit.
yeah.
Is it frozen? Oh, god damn it.
Oh, you've got two screens now.
Yeah, but it's frozen, so that's useless.
Put a Bunsen burner under it, that'll unfreeze it.
It looks as if he's just about to flick the bird, doesn't it?
Yeah, sometimes on the Hangout, if you just click your camera on and off again, it will reset it.
I think it's the IP webcam that's actually just going to restart it.
That's clever stuff, an IP webcam. What, Vicky?
Mm-hmm.
So anybody else in the chat got any questions, be it model making related or just a topic that we should discuss? We've done, what have we done? What superpower would you want?
Powers.
Superpowers, dream cars.
Yeah. What's the first thing you'd buy if you won the lottery?
House for me and the missus, car for the missus, and that's it, basically. Just keep on going.
I'd buy my missus some luggage so she could pack her bags of food.
I take it she's not about then. Go.
No, I'm only joking.
I would buy myself a Ducati Monster.
I think I would buy a plot of land and have design my own house.
I thought you were going to say, I'm going to buy a plot of land and have like animals and like cows and sheep and that.
No, that's what you do in Belgium.
Johnny Blythe saying it's First World War, so it's more like a steam traction engine by the looks of it. Proper retro, proper World War One. Have we got Vince back? We've got his desk there.
Yeah. So this is what Ava does.
Stick your hand. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the brass.
Nice brass turned shell and the warhead for it.
Yeah.
I suppose you can always trim those shells down to the whatever length that they're.
I know they do artillery stuff as well, but I'd have to look. To be fair,
Couple of nice tanks there, Vince. What are those that's on your bench? Maybe you want to tell the peeps what those are that you've got working on, or
well, not working on, more like cleaning up a bit and doing some filmage. But wait, actually get.
I also notice you haven't been fettling on your Kawasaki at the top left.
No, I've actually put most parts away again because it's kind of not a bike in the car guy. And the group thing motivation, the group build thing kind of went away, and I kind of lost motivation because when I'm building stuff that isn't really my kind of tea, I need a motivation.
Yeah. So you've got a part gun and a Tiger. The grey one's a Tiger, and the other one.
Panzer 4
Panzer
Ausführung H early.
Nice camo job on that.
To me, a kit with the I think this one's, was that Aber? Yeah, this one's Aber as well, with an Aber barrel and brass turned muzzle. This with freewheel tracks, both for the main tracks and the actual spare bits on the front.
Oh, you like your fuel tracks, don't you?
Yeah, same here again. Spare bits on this Tiger freewheel and the main tracks. I mean, they do look the part, don't they?
They're cool.
Other than that, the Tiger was out of the box. I do have some Alpine figurines for it. Because I've got a cracking little diorama that I'm building.
Have you got anywhere near your thoughts on your Kursk dial?
No, I'm gonna get this out of the way first because, like, Tiger here, and
you started your terrain, yeah.
Basically, this is what the grass is gonna be like. I'm thinking I need to get it a bit higher because this is gonna be a dirt road. So I'm
put some slate under it, Vince.
What, to give it more volume?
Yeah, give it a bit more height, wouldn't it?
Might do. What do I attach it with, though?
Oh,
I've got this. Is this an acceptable thing?
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah,
That'll work.
that'll do.
Yeah,
It'll get a bit messy, but it'll work.
Yeah, you need at least 8 of them.
Don Gilchrist is, and he's going oxygum. I don't know what oxygum's about. Grant 5760. How can you get involved with your hangouts? We have obviously a webcam and a mic.
PM me or Terry.
Yeah, either PM us or send an email to smoothworkshop@gmail.com.
Or Festa67 workshop@gmail.com.
And we'll take it on from there. Johnny Boy says, I'll put some on the Facebook page. Pics are easier than words. Cool. Give me a shout when you've done that, and I think I'm going to have a wee look. Steve's going, Vince, it might take about 6 sticks though if you're using that on the dial.
Yeah.
What?
You might need about 6 glue sticks for that. Fraser's saying, best type of mansion, Gothic or modern?
Gothic.
Gothic. Has to be Gothic.
Don't
Surely.
even have to give that any fault, mate. Gothic with the squeakiest door.
To be fair, I don't think 10 short sticks will be enough. 6 short sticks will be enough. So I got 10 of the really long ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. I mean, put it on the big cam. That'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do you.
Yeah, that'll be my dio, and then I'll get a new pack for my next dio. Yeah.
Well, obviously, Fraser's asked us if we had a mansion, what would you prefer, Vince, a Gothic one or a modern one? As in the styling, the old banisters and all the squeak doors. And...
What kind of mansion would I go for?
We all immediately went Gothic, and you're like, now let me ponder that for a while.
Neoclassical Roman.
Well, that's not an option.
That's not an option.
Is
It's
Gothic or
modern
modern?
or Gothic.
Vincent's answer is neoclassical.
Well, yeah, I guess that would be a modern type villa, wouldn't it? Like the one floor with the Roman columns on the front and whatnot.
Vincent's the sort of bloke where you'd say you got two choices, A or B, and he'd go C.
So,
Hmm.
yeah, you tell me that option C is not an option, I'll make it an option. Find that guy. It's like
No, you've got a choice. You can have option A, option B, or option D. There is no option C.
Vincent would go, can we debate this and have a referendum on it?
Yeah. Would you like death or Bangay? Or I'll give you an option. I'll give you an option.
I want a 2/3 majority though, Colin, for really important referendum.
Oh, here we go. Oh, dearie doctors.
See, political humor can be funny if you don't be too precise with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I'll give you that. That was it.
Don't beat about the bush and all that.
Yeah, don't get into details. Just make a general joke about a situation. You know.
Oh, John Reeves is in. Hello, all. We
Hello, John, all right, mate.
featured your bike on the dungeon about an hour or whatever ago, mate.
Yeah, I told him that when he was last in chat, Tez.
Steve brings up a good point.
Oh, he's in and out. Okay.
Yeah. Steve brings up a really good point when it comes to buying mansions. A steel and glass construction, modern one.
Right, so you've decided modern then.
Yeah, yeah, like you know, like you get a steel structure and you just clad triple.
Went for option B.
I
Vincent,
went option B. Yes.
option B. Plenty of glass and a huge basement. Would that be for a man cave?
Oh, and the garage would be glass as well.
So you would have a glass garage where I would maybe have like a garage with bricks so that folk couldn't see all the lovely motorcycles I had in it.
Ground garage.
Yeah, but that would be underground, wouldn't it?
And then you'd be a glass so you could watch all the ants and the worms crawling about. Is that what that's for?
No. You would have a basement, a concrete basement on which the steel and glass house on top sits, right? The street side would be classic brick, or maybe the prefab concrete panels, like they use in modern factories, right? So you got privacy. Then your entire glass would be facing your garden, and you would drive your car into your concrete basement, and then you would have a man cave with a glass partition between you and the garage.
Ah, I like your thinking on that one. Do you like that? That would suggest that there would have to be some sort of embankment type affair coming up to the road, and your back garden would be lower.
And I've seen some good pictures of it. Let me just.
Vincent will just go, I have some architectural plans to hand, Terry. Let me show you.
It's a funny story because over here you can't build anything of other than a garden shed without having an architect involved, right?
Yeah.
So my dad really grumbled at the thought of that because he was a really, really skilled tradesman.
Yeah.
And he basically drew out the entire plans for what he wanted to do with the extension to the existing house.
Yeah.
Handed that over to the architect and basically went, I just really need your autograph for it.
Yeah.
That's all I need. Just sign it. Check it over. I'm fine with that, but you're not changing a fucking thing.
Good man.
Like, check my maths. I'm fine with that. Check my maths if all the load bearing and stuff like that is correct. But other than that, I'm building it.
You wouldn't get away with that in the UK.
But to be fair, what can an architect bring into that if you hand them over like, this is what I'm envisioning for my extension. I just need you to check over the plans.
Figures.
Yeah.
And then you have to pass it by the building inspectors when you've got the main structure up and that sort of. Steve's going 12-foot glass like on the Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I can't remember that far back, but Fraser says
much.
Yeah. Fraser says you can't beat overhangs, archways, and gargoyles. So you like ornate buildings.
Yeah, proper Gothic.
Yeah. John's going, happy days. Cheers for the shout out, guys. He's home now. Good man. He's home. What, home for the pub? Actually, Steve, have you been drinking tonight? I haven't. I've been a good boy. For once.
Steve's been all right.
Yeah.
Steve's on a hangout, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, it's just he was talking about blowing big bubbles in his bath, and yeah.
There's the person who's talking about a ceiling full of his own underpants.
Yeah, well, that's normal. Just Steve's usually very, very, very well behaved. Right, so what's the next topic of conversation, folks, in the chat? What we're going on to now? So we've done ants, we've done what kind of mansions do you want? We've done superpowers.
We've done cars.
We've done cars. Saturday TV presenters.
Yeah. Sally James.
Sally
James.
Can't get a decent picture of it, but this is what Steve.
I'm sure we can find you some pictures of Sally James.
That's
That's lovely pictures of Sally
That's
James.
the Ferris Bueller garage, Smoo.
Yeah.
And it's located way at the back of his property, so you can't really see it from the street.
It's not Sally James, though, is it?
No.
Oh, John's just back for a bite meet. Yeah.
That's getting back to Sally James then.
Yeah, there was a load of folk on the ride to the wall today down to the Arboretum.
Yeah. It was,
I'm just seeing if I've missed anything. Did Johnny put anything up on Facebook page? I'll go and have a look. For his howitzer type thingy. Nah, not yet. Right, okay. I just thought, oh, actually. Apart from Van der Zeep's finished, it looks like some sort of World War I mail tank on there. He's got a video up on the dungeon if you want to have a look at that a wee bit later on.
what's that? World War One mail tank?
Yeah, well, it looks like that, a version of a World War War. John's going, Terry to finish a bike build. Yeah, I'm working on it, mate. Working on it.
Yeah.
I may or may not have been fettling.
I know, it's doing well, John.
May or not have been fettling on a quite shaky build. But yeah, I may or may not have.
I aim to get him to build everything that he's had on his shelf of doom.
Yeah, that'll be good. I've got a few that's actually halfway through.
My target is the end of the year, mate, because some of the kits are, older than JR's Stetson, isn't they? You know what I mean?
Well, he better get his finger out. We're running out of time.
Yeah.
Fraser Green's asked me, who'd you side with in Fallout 4? I'm trying to remember the village that you go into. Where the guy's up in the top of up in the big penthouse thing up the top, and you have to.
Fallout 4, that's the one with that fucking dog in it, isn't it?
Yeah, dog meat. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know, never played it.
Thought the name rung a bell. No, I've never played it. I'm not a gamer, mate. I'm Scooby, mate.
I haven't played it for a while. I think
Like the games, but don't like that game.
I think in Fallout New Vegas, I've sided with a couple. I sided out with the Brotherhood of Steel and because they were the techie ones, and I did the zombie guys once and all, the big zombie guy. But I've not played an awful lot of Fallout 4. It's not quite the same.
Ooh, nice.
Not quite the same sort of free gameplay where you can just run about and shoot whatever the hell you want and stuff. Yeah, that's boring, Colin.
No, I'm all right, mate. You're not boring me.
I just like the fact that it's a game and somebody's actually making figures of it, and it's quite cool. Because I like the whole sort of genre of it. It's like post-apocalyptic, but it's kind of set back in the 60s with the music and all that. I like that sort of part of it. And that you're having to scavenge for parts and make your own weapons out of bits of tube and stuff.
That's a bit like us then, isn't it? Making weapons. I think you making some kind of a fucking fly swap thing, and I think Vincent was as well.
Yeah.
Oh no, Vincent made a stun gun, didn't he?
He's made a mortar. He's made a static grass application mortar.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's, I'm still waiting on. Actually, I complained that the sieve that I'd ordered for it hadn't arrived, and somehow I've actually ended up with another one of those Zap bats, and still no sieve. So I don't care what's happening. That's Amazon for you.
Yeah.
To the same thing, you get the other thing that you need to make the bit. So.
It has its moments, doesn't it?
So I might keep one fly swatter just for like zapping myself now and again when I get bored.
Oh, that's a shocker.
Good tell. What a racket.
See what you did there? Oh God. What is it you say called? 21,000 gigawatts out there. The Back to the Future one. So what time is it? It's coming up for midnight, so that's not bad. For a good 3 hours at Crawley.
Yeah.
I
We
think
started at 9, Terry, didn't we? So yeah.
Yeah, no, we've done all right. We've got 17 people still watching us.
The thing is, you could end up streaming for hours and hours and hours. The thing, to keep going, you need the chat bouncing. It's kind of went a little bit quiet.
Yeah.
So I need to go and get some more things to feed my face with.
Oh dear.
And people will need toilet breaks and stuff like that. So yeah. We'll round it up. We'll get 3 hours.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's fine, mate. Yeah.
Right, round it up for the evening. Thanks everybody for joining in as usual. Look out for the usual sort of impromptu insomnia
Shenanigans.
Probably some of them during the week, won't we, Terry?
Yeah. And just thanks everybody for tuning in. And until the next one, take care of yourselves and happy modelling. And I'll see you later on.
Take care of yourselves. Don't forget, put your YouTube channels up in the dungeon, and we'll start getting all the links sorted out for you all.
We say bye, then?
Bye, guys. Catch you guys later. Sorry,
Take care.
I'm late, but yeah, I made it anyway, even if it was a bit late.
That's all right. It's nice to have you anyway.
Thanks as usual, mate, for popping in and keeping the chat going for us, mate.
Well, we'll catch you all later. And good night and enjoy your weekend and see you later.
Take care, peeps.
Ta-da.